guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D, and we are live. Good morning to my Finlaws, my families, and welcome to the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. I am your host, none other than the one and only, the most handsomest, well, I think I'm the most handsomest man on the planet. Stephen D's in the building, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on social media at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Make sure y'all do that. Also, follow Miami Sports Music on social media at Miami Sports Music and on Twitter at MIA Sports Music. So make sure you do that as well. Hey, on your way in here, doesn't cost you anything. Hit the like button. Give us the thumbs up. We definitely need it. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure y'all do that. Also, subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. You hear what I'm saying? Subscribe. Not playing. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Yes, make sure y'all do that. And also, hey, look, if you want to sign up and become a member today, there are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. We're always looking for new people to sign up and become members of the family. Let me say it again, family, in my Vin Diesel voice. So make sure y'all do that and sign up, become a member today. Join the channel, okay? Also, hey, look, if you want to donate money to the channel and help the channel grow, there are plenty of opportunities and ways for y'all to do that. First way is using the YouTube Live Super Chat. You guys can do that. It's the $ down below the bottom of the chat box. You guys can use that there. You can also use Cash App, which is $MSM Podcast Network, or just use this QR code that you see on the screen right now. You guys can take a screenshot of that, my beautiful smiling face. Use the QR code and scan it to the Cash App, or you can use PayPal, which is MSM Podcast Network. Want to remind everybody who donates in increments of $10 this week, you will be entered to win a Sam Madison autographed jersey, courtesy of ZSM Sports. Zachary over at ZSM Sports is absolutely amazing. Make sure y'all do that. If you've won and you have not received your prize, it usually takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get everything shipped out. So your prize is on the way. I know people have already gotten some of their stuff, and I'm working with other people to make sure that their prizes are coming in the mail. So just make sure you guys are on the lookout for that and just have a little patience, because it's a little crazy. It's a one-man show both ways. So we'll get it out to you. So Sam Madison autographed jersey in increments of $10. Want to remind you. And if you guys donate more than that on Cash App, or if you guys donate on Cash App or PayPal, I double your entries. If you donate $50 or more to the channel at any point in time, I triple your entries to the giveaway. Okay, so make sure y'all do that. Yeah, all right. Also, want to give a big shout out to our sponsor of the show, Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter is absolutely amazing, especially because we have the Baltimore Beatdown, which is a awesome tailgate and meet and greet, and we're gonna have a whole little small section of about 65 plus of us sitting together for the Baltimore Ravens game, week 2 in Baltimore. All these Dolphins fans, we're gonna get together. We're gonna take over. It's gonna be awesome. So if you want more information on that, let us know, because what I want to do is I want to try to get as many people to this game as possible. So if you want information, we have tickets as well as tailgate packages, all you can eat, all you can drink. And as a matter of fact, the link for that I'm going to put in the chat right now as well. You guys can do that. There you go. There you go. All right, there you go. Chef Shoe, I got your Frank Gore jersey, man. It is actually still sitting in my right next to me, believe it or not. So in the package, I've not just sent it out yet. I need to get and send it out, Chef Shoe. I promise it's on the way. It's coming. Okay. A lot of stuff I have on the to-do list. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? How are y'all doing this morning? It's Tuesday. Yesterday, actually Sunday, I sent out a tweet. And I just want to share this with you because, again, this is the genius that is Level 2 noob. So I sent out a tweet on Tuesday that says, hello all, hope you're enjoying your weekend. I'm currently hanging with my family and have some things I need to take care of personally. So no clap blockers tomorrow on the MSM Podcast Network, but I will be returning on Tuesday. I am here, by the way, to hang out with all of you, love you, and spread kindness. Level 2 noobs responses. This is Karen from HR. Thank you for submitting your request for a day off. Due to staffing issues, we're unfortunately going to have to deny your request off and look forward to seeing you in the office as originally scheduled. I had stuff to do, man. I had to take care of the fam, bro. I'm sorry. But let me tell you, that tweet was genius. Genius. And so genius that I woke up this morning and the second person to tweet was Karen from HR. Too good. Steven, we're going to need you to come down to my office so we can discuss your attendance. Thank you. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Now, the first person to get this morning was Level 2 Noob. Let's get this show going. Too much. I hit the thumbs up button yesterday, but you wouldn't know that. All right. I got you. Level 2 Noob with I think he's the tweeter of the year. Now, that's an award, but I'll get to that in a minute. But I am excited for everything. Okay. All right. Without further ado, I have a co-host today. So normally on Tuesdays, we have our man Daniel Yafusi of the Miami Herald. He's on vacation this week. He's enjoying. He's relaxing. So I was like, who could I get in to fill those big shoes, to hang out with me today, to have a good time today? And I said, you know what? I got the guy. So without further ado, my co-host for the day. He is a co-host, okay? Which means, by the way, if you guys, just so you know, if you guys want to do, the 10-minute timeouts, he's not. Nikki is subject to the 10 minutes timeouts. Nikki Smokes, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, Nikki Smokes?
What's up, Stephen D? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, but just so you know, you can't pay $50 to ban him for the day. Okay, Nikki,
you can't. I'm unbannable.
But you can do 10-minute timeouts with him. And by the way, I can get 10-minute timeouts.
Shout out to Level 2 Noob, by the way. He's always showing love. He is the tweeter of the year.
He is, dude. He's so funny, bro.
He's the man. Absolutely love him.
So funny. Andre says, I don't want Nikki Smokes there. How's $50 for you? See, boy, they're trying to get.
Hey, if he sends it to my Venmo, I'll leave right now.
That's real love right there. All right. First of all, what's up, man? How you been?
What's up? I'm feeling good. I'm fired up. It's Tuesday. Life's good. Man.
Life is real
Not
good,
complaining.
Dude. So there's a few things I want to talk to you about before we get into like the podcast with Tyreek Hill and the ESPN TuAnon thing and the national outlook of Tua. So there's some off topics that I want to talk to you about. You have a whole other podcast called Smoking Greens, and it's a golf podcast. So I just want to talk to you briefly a little about this issue because it's a big deal, right? There's this new circuit, new company, new competitor for the PGA called LIV Golf or Live Golf, LIV Golf. And what these people have decided to do, I believe they're in Saudi Arabia, if I'm correct, but or they're at least they're the people with the pockets are. They have taken 10 of the top 25 golfers in the world, offered them these massive amount contracts, 10 of the top 50 golfers in the world, whatever you want to say, and offered them these big contracts, including Dustin Johnson, who got like $240 million, something like that.
Yeah, they're getting paid stupid money.
And these golfers took it, and they had their first event this past weekend. Just what do you know about all this, man? Give us the breakdown of everything.
All right. So personally, I'm not against LIV. In fact, I'm kind of pro LIV. I like what they're doing. And I like that the PGA Tour is actually being challenged to change the product that they produce on national television. I'm a big golf guy. Like, I truly love the game of golf personally. Like, I go out there, I play it all the time. I just love the game of golf. But the thing with the PGA Tour is, from an entertainment aspect, they do such a terrible job of broadcasting and providing good coverage and things like that. So LIV, what they have, they're trying to create like a team aspect for golf. So you have 12 teams. Each team has 4 players. There's 1 captain, and they redraft every Tuesday. But what I like is that their coverage, for example, on their tournament, the first 30 minutes of their coverage, you saw 66 golf shots being hit. Whereas on the PGA Tour, their first 30 minutes, you only saw 30 shots being hit. So they're doubling the amount of shots, doubling the amount of action that you see each and every single day throughout the tournament. And they're also bringing like a good vibe to the game of golf. So when you're at the LIV event, they also have like DJs for after the tournament, like legit DJs, like throwing down a set almost as if you're at like a music festival. They're bringing like the fan aspect into it. So I love everything that they're doing. And I think they're going to end up pushing the PGA Tour to get better at what they do. So I think both sides are going to benefit. I just don't like how PGA is responding. They're almost kind of like, I really don't know like the right term for it, but they're
hurt. They're that scorned girlfriend.
Like the main guy at PGA Tour, his name is Jay, and I just hate the way he's handling it, acting as if like it's not all about the money. Like, bro, you could sit there and be on your high little moral pedestal, but at the end of the day, you know it's all about money. Even the PGA Tour, it's all about making money. The NFL, all about making money. NBA, all about making money.
So real quick, put it in perspective. These guys are making, for example, let's take Justin Johnson's case. If I'm correct, he's making $240 million or something like that. But how does Dustin Johnson make that on the PGA Tour, or does he?
You don't. You can't. It's literally impossible. That's why LIV is so elite. So let me put this in perspective. This is why I think the PGA Tour is in trouble, because they're going up against guys that don't care about profitability. Like, these guys have so much money, they don't care if they're going to make profit this year. Try going up against a competitor that doesn't care about profitability. That's a monster in itself. But let me get back to my point. So the guy who just won the LIV tournament, his name is Charles Schwartzel. He won $4.75 million. That outbeats the top 4 guys combined this week at the last tournament at the PGA. And the highest paid tournament at the PGA Tour is the Players Championship, and the winner of that gets $3.5 million. And this guy just made $4.75 million in one tournament in a team event. So the money is just different.
It's night and day.
But what makes LIV so crazy is that DJ $200 million, that he got like 150. I think Phil got 200. Anyway, it's retarded money, right? So they're getting this, but it's almost like a salary. There's no salary in the PGA Tour. They're all individual contractors. You only get paid based on how you place. So these guys, they could go dead last, and they're still going to get that salary. There's never really been a salary in golf, and LIV is giving that for their players. So, I mean, the PGA is definitely in trouble.
So there are some people,
but let me add, LIV has to get more talent, and they are adding more players. But as of right now, because I watched both events, the talent difference is night and day. You only got like 3 to 4 guys on LIV that you want to watch. But if they get 10 to 15 more players and they got like 15 to 20 people, it'll be different. Yeah, like level 2 newbies on the point. Nobody's watching LIV because of the talent. But once they get the talent, LIV it's a much better product from an entertainment standpoint.
All right, so let's put this in perspective, right? I am a huge MMA fan. Love mixed martial arts, right?
Love it too.
And I love UFC, who had a great fight. That had some great fights this weekend.
Texera folded, but we talked about it.
So UFC has this model that Dana White created. I don't know if you watched The Shop, Maverick Carter's and LeBron James
with LeBron,
podcast. So the second episode of this new season, which is on YouTube, had Jake Paul and Negreanu, the heavyweight champion of the UFC. Yep. So what I find very interesting about that is Jake Paul and Dana White have this huge beef with each other. Like, they don't like each other. Yeah, it's
pretty funny.
It is hilarious. Now, with that being said, I've enjoyed both from a marketing and a business perspective. So I look at what Dana White's done, but there's always there's people that are like, Dana White does not pay his fighters enough. Dana White, out of all the money he makes, takes 15% of it and gives it back to the fighters. That's not. I say all that to go back into the comparison of the PGA and the golf game. Can the PGA get away with it because now they're banning players from these big tournaments, right? From the U.S. Open, the Masters, all that.
No, that's not true. So the major championships are not related with the PGA Tour. So, for example, this weekend at the U.S. Open, LIV players are playing in the U.S. Open. Augusta still has to make a decision. The only one they might not be able to play in is the PGA Championship. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure the 4 majors, well, I know for a fact 3 of them are independent of the PGA Tour. So the PGA Tour, they're the ones that run all of these like weekly tournaments, like the one that just happened or the Genesis Invitational, like the weekly ones that happen that aren't the majors. 90% of them are ran by the PGA Tour.
And
actually the PGA Championship is ran by PGA. So there's actually a difference between PGA and PGA Tour. So I'm pretty sure that they could play all 4 majors. And if that happens, if these guys, because if Augusta comes out and says, yeah, we're going to take the LIV players, like they could play, I'm telling you, if those guys could play all 4 majors and go sign a salary for $100 million, $150 million, they're going to do it.
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? I'll say this. I think it's really good for the game of golf, period. I watch the bigger tournaments. I'll if Tiger's playing, I'll watch Tiger just because I enjoy watching him. But what I will say to this is when you make the statement, hey, they played 66 holes in the first 30 minutes, where a regular PGA Tour event, playing.
Well, they're showing you 66 shots.
Like, sorry.
It's just you can't like their motto is "Don't blink," and they live up to it. I mean, I was sending out a tweet and I probably missed like 4 shots.
Well,
like,
I'll tell you, watching the Augusta this year, the Masters, I was upset at the coverage that CBS and ESPN had.
Sucks. It
was horrible.
Every coverage is so bad. But that LIV is going to change that. And it like this happens in history. You go
They're
back
showing
to the NFL and the XFL.
That's exactly what I was about to get at.
Yeah.
I was like
the XFL like changed the coverage of the NFL.
They did.
Yeah, and
100%.
The same thing's going to happen for the PGA Tour. It's good for golf. And PGA
really
Tour, it's a monopoly, you know? I mean, most of these big sports organizations are, but when it comes to the game of golf, it's a slow-paced game. Like you truly have to love the game to be entertained. I could bring my girlfriend to a basketball game. She has no idea what's going on with basketball, but she'll be entertained by the product, you know? Whereas, well, my girlfriend played golf, so it's different. But say you brought your girlfriend to a golf event, she might be falling asleep, you know? So
I don't have a girlfriend. I have a wife.
Environment.
God,
all right, you
put
know
some respect on her name. Put some respect. Okay, that's a married woman right there. Okay. Anyways, let's change subjects because I'm glad you answered that because I know that that's a big deal and you love golf and I wanted to talk to you about that. The next thing.
Oh wait, by the way, I have to do this. Anyone that likes golf in the chat right now, Tuesday night, which is tonight, 7 p.m. on Smoking Greens, I'm going live and we're recapping. Well, we're going to preview, give you all the bets, all the information.
Are you going to be on the Smoke Show channel or are you going to be on?
No, Smoking Greens.
Okay.
It's SMOKIN, little hyphen or apostrophe Greens. Find it, get there. We'll see you tonight, 7 p.m.
Okay, awesome. Hey, check it out. Awesome podcast. Okay, let's change subjects a little bit. Let's go to the NBA Finals. And not that I want to get too much into it because it's 2 teams that I absolutely hate. Okay, hate the Golden State Warriors, hate the Boston Celtics. Both of them with a passion. Now, with that being said, there are a few things I find interesting about these NBA Finals. Number 1, I find that Draymond Green. Somebody posted this last night. All right, so let me get something straight. I'm a LeBron James fan. Everybody knows that. And and for the longest time, if you ask me who was the most hated player in the NBA or who did I hate the most, it was definitely Draymond. Draymond was at the front of that list. Then I found out that Draymond and LeBron are friends. And I've
Yeah,
heard
it
them
makes
had
sense.
conversations together, and I'm like, holy cow, Draymond is hilarious. Draymond's a
Yeah, he
funny
is.
guy. He's one of the. If you want some fun, like funny crap to listen to, then listen to him. Now, I say all that to say this. Somebody posted last night that Draymond is in the ref's face, like play after play, and the refs just take it. And I had to think about that for a minute because the NBA is totally different than what it was 30 years ago, 20 years ago, let alone 10 years ago, right? Like, there's no way the bad boys of the NBA would be able to survive in this NBA. There's no way, some of, those Knicks teams would be able to survive. Heck, Alonzo Mourning would not be able to get away with half of the stuff he got away with when he was with the Heat with this NBA, right? I say that because is Draymond correct in whining to the refs? Like he has valid points, but does he get away with it more than everybody else? I guess is my next question to that.
It's really weird, I think it all depends on how much media attention is being brought to it before the game starts. If you remember, I think it was like game 3 where all they were talking about is Draymond and the refs, and then nothing really happened. Like Draymond kind of checked himself, and then game 5 last night, no one was really talking about Draymond Green and the referees or anything like that. And I mean, you saw what happened. I think everyone just complains and cries, and I think that's just kind of the nature of the game. But it happened back in the day too. I mean, it just wasn't.
I remember that. Yep.
I mean, like people were complaining to the refs forever. Like it's always been a thing. If you've ever played pickup basketball, odds are you're going to complain to a ref. It's just what happens. It's such a tit for tat league. Do certain players get away with it? Sure. I mean, your boy LeBron, like he is infamous for crying at the referees
all the time. I don't deny that.
Like when he was on the Miami Heat, like he was my favorite player of all time. But then like when you watch LeBron and he's not on your favorite team, I'm like, bro, shut up and play basketball. Like he cries so much. But I mean, at the end of the day,
with that being said, he's what 6'10", driving to the hole. He's going to get hacked going into the lane. But the thing is, my definition of getting hacked in 2022 going into the lane and the NBA's definition of it is way different, man.
Way different. Yeah.
Way different. And so I think it's a perception thing because a lot of today's NBA fans remember the league 20 years ago. So they remember that. Now, I would say the younger generation, people that are coming up with Trae Young and Ja Morant and Luka D and all these guys, they don't necessarily have a problem with people complaining to the refs unless your name is Draymond Green. And so I thought it was just an interesting thing because, when I watch a sporting event, I'll go to Twitter and I'll see what Twitter's reactions are to everything because if Twitter says it, it must be true, Nikki. So that's where I'm with it. And I thought it was a very interesting perception or view of Draymond Green and how the NBA sees it, because I would say for the longest time, Draymond better shut up or he's going to get teed up. But the reality is he probably doesn't get teed up enough compared to what other players would have to do to get teed up in certain situations, right?
Yep. No, I agree. Go ahead.
If he was any other player in the NBA, he would be teed up even more than what he is.
I don't know. See, like it just depends on the ref, It's not like they have the same guys reffing each and every single game. He might have a better relationship with some than others, and some referees might have a higher tolerance. Some might not have a high tolerance for it. So it's a night-to-night thing. I think he gets away with a lot of crying. I think a lot of players get away with it. But, I mean, last night, I thought the officiating was terrible. I thought it was very lopsided. And as a Heat fan, I thought Boston was just getting killed with the whistle. I mean, it was unbelievable. The technical foul that they hit them with at the end of the first quarter was just atrocious.
Boston doesn't do themselves any favor, though, by trying to go for 43s in the game. Like, bro.
Yeah, you can't
take 2 steps in. Like, come on, bro. Like,
well, Boston's biggest problem is the fourth quarter. I mean, they outscored Golden State by 11 in the third quarter. It was tied going into the fourth quarter, and Boston just sucks in the fourth quarter. Even look at the game against us in Game 7. I mean, we were a shot away from winning it, and we were down 15, 16 points the entire game. Like Boston, like they cannot close out. They are really, really bad in the fourth quarter. And all the games that they beat Miami, they were up by 20 points at halftime and just held on to their lead. Like they are not a good fourth quarter team.
Does Golden State win Game 6, or does Boston take it to a 7?
Nah, bro. No, I think Boston whoops them. I think
Me too.
Boston
I said that too.
them.
I said from the beginning, I said this goes 7 games. After the first game. After the first game, I was like, it's going 7 games.
I went to Game 3 in TD Garden for the Eastern Conference Finals when we won. But my God, when they almost came back in the fourth quarter,
you were losing your crap.
Well, I was losing my shit, but I couldn't even think.
Square jar.
That was the loudest. I didn't curse.
You said SHIT.
Did I?
Yes. So you cuss so much, Nikki, you don't even know.
It was the loudest environment I've ever been to. Let me just say that. You cannot hear the person next to you. You can't hear yourself think. It was the loudest basketball game I've ever been to
the
in
atmosphere
my life.
Is crazy.
Unbelievable.
Atmosphere.
Blows the Heat Stadium out of the water. It's an embarrassment. Like, I'm serious. That environment is just – that was the loudest place I've ever been to for a basketball game.
I remember watching the game the next night or the night before or the game before the game, whatever. And I remember turning to my wife and like, man, Miami Heat fans and that atmosphere is nothing compared to what the Celtics have at the TD Garden. Like I'm going to call it what it is. It was a night.
Close,
it was a night and day difference. Night and day difference. Okay. All right. So you think it's going 7. I think it's going 7.
Celtics win.
Wednesday is tomorrow is the next smoke show. Are you going to talk about gambling odds and stuff on your show tomorrow about that?
Tomorrow, Wednesday, Wild Wednesday, Wacky Wednesday. I'm trying to come up with themes, Steven.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet, honestly. I'm probably just
I hope
wait
that you
for
talk
another report to come out, and then I'll just talk about that for an hour.
All right, let's get on to what I have going on today. So, this weekend was a great weekend for content, and there were 2 podcasts that came out. ESPN Daily's podcast, which you can find on Apple and Google Podcast and anywhere, Spotify, anywhere you get podcasts, right? And then Tyreek Hill's new podcast called It Needed to Be Said came out on YouTube as well as all streaming platforms. And so there's also been a lot of national Tua outlook. And so I wanted to talk with you about that today. So before I get going, let me kind of set the stage. Number one, I've been doing this for over a year now. I love podcasts. I enjoy good creative content. And so one of the things that I've enjoyed for about 3 or 4 years now, ESPN puts out a podcast, a 30 for 30 podcast. And they do such a great job with it. I enjoy all of their content. They've had, if you guys are driving long distances and want some good stuff to listen to besides me or the Smoke Show, look up ESPN's 30 for 30 podcast. Absolutely amazing content. They have some stuff on there that's just produced excellent. And so there's this podcast called ESPN Daily, which I'll be honest, I don't listen to as much as I listen to ESPN's other original content. But I saw that they had this thing out about TuAnon. And you actually had your own interview with TuAnon this past week. So I decided to listen to it. And it's about 35 minutes long, 40 minutes long with commercials, so about 30 minutes long without commercials. But I was listening to this, and I was so impressed with the production value that they put into this.
Like with the little the music in the background, like you're watching Scooby-Doo.
Yes, it was so good. It was so good how it was edited. It was so good how it was done. I enjoyed it very much. So first of all, I just want to give a big round of applause to ESPN Daily because just a great piece of content that they created. Now, with that being said, they were a little bit clickbait because they're like, we're unmasking TuAnon. They didn't unmask TuAnon.
Right.
But the whole situation of TuAnon as a whole has hit mainstream media in such a big way. I believe you do know who TuAnon is, or you have a really good idea.
I do.
Yeah. And so
I tailgate with him all the time. Like, it's my dog.
All right. So I took notes of everything. Okay. So there were a few, dude, I'm serious, bro. So I took notes on last night. I stayed up till like 2 or 3 a.m. taking notes on the Tyreek Hill podcast and the ESPN Daily podcast. So the first thing that stuck out to me, besides ESPN producing a great piece of content, was TuAnon is 3 or 4 people. It was said that there are 3 or 4 people. It's not one person. A, did you know this? And B, how surprised are you by that?
Well, I know that, but there's
Yeah.
one kid that runs the account. It's 3 to 4 people that will make videos, you know. So there's 3 to 4 guys with the mask, and they all have a modulator, and like they'll all make their own bit, but it's one guy that runs the account.
Mm-hmm. Look, do you? So it's your boy. So you're a little biased towards this. So my next question to you, Smokes, is: do you think it's a gimmick? Do you think it's something that somebody saw an opportunity to create, or is it a true? I really feel this way about this person, and that's why I do this.
Well, in the ESPN podcast, they kind of asked about that, and the reason why it started is because the team was 1-7, but everyone was just pointing the finger at Tua, saying like Tua sucks, it's all Tua's fault, blah blah blah, where the whole team was just playing like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he needed someone to stick up for him, and that's how TuAnon was born, as the defense mechanism for Tua Tagovailoa. And then I thought they put a great spin on it instead of making it serious and, you know, breaking down the film like everyone else wants to be, every other Twitter analyst, Twitter coach. They turned it into like a parody, like, oh, Brian Flores is sabotaging him, and they got like the pictures on the wall with like the red lines and the what do you call it? The thumbnails in the wall. Like, it was hilarious. I thought they made a great spin on it.
I thought it was really cool. The other thing that stuck out to me on this podcast was how big in mainstream it's gotten, because
it's crazy. That's the crazy part.
He's been on Barstool Sports with PFT, right? Or KFC, right? Did I say that right?
No. So, I mean, Big Cat, like he's always talking about TuAnon, but he came into one of our spaces on Twitter.
Shout out to Big Cat,
we had like a TuAnon meeting, and like we all started tweeting at him, and then he joined in and he was talking with us for like 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, like it's a thing. Like you hear about it all the time. People taking shots at TuAnon. That's like the crazy part.
He went on Rich Eisen.
Like it's national. It's a national thing.
Rich Eisen show, I believe, has had him on, or at least, you know, played a lot of the clips of TuAnon. Why is it that it's getting so much national attention? Is it because Tua is such a controversial figure? Is it because the fan base is so split? Or is it a combination of both of those things, as well as this is pretty freaking hilarious that it came to this?
It's just so weird that it works, you know? Like Bills fans jump through tables and the Dolphins have TuAnon. It's like the weird thing that the Dolphins have. And it is because Tua is such a national star, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's also because everyone is split on him. It's not really just the Dolphins fan base. Like the national media is also split on him. Now, no one is going to be on Tua's side when we're comparing him to Patrick Mahomes, and that's rightfully so. We'll get into that later. But for a majority, I think the verdict is still out on Tua, both within the fan base and within the national media. So having TuAnon as like the main defense mechanism, and now it's like a term. Like the people that swear by Tua are called TuAnons. Like it's a cult now.
It used to be TuAneers. It used to be TuAneers, and then
right, TuAneers, TuAnons.
Yeah, now it's TuAnon. All right, so the last thing I want to get on before I kind of segue into the Tyreek Hill podcast is, you know, one of the things in this podcast they talked about, is there an end date for TuAnon?
Yes.
And I believe that, by the way, this was Marcel, the beat writer for the Dolphins, Marcel. Why can't I think of his whole name off the top of my head, right? Marcel. Hold on, I want to make sure I say this right. Marcel Luis Jaquez. I know I'm probably butchering his name. The beat writer for the Miami Dolphins, though, for ESPN NFL Nation. He did this along with the guy who does all the podcasts for ESPN. Pablo, I think, is his name. But he also does the 30 for 30 podcast, which is great. They were talking about, is there an end date for this? And Marcel interviewed TuAnon and basically said, the response that I got was, there's no end date until there's no more controversy for Tua.
Right.
But that means one of two things happens, Nikki. Either we've won the Super Bowl, and even then I still think there'd be controversy, or he's no longer on this team, and then there's no point of TuAnon for Dolphins fans.
Right.
So that stuck out to me when he said this, that they're like, well, yes, there is an end date, and this is, but there really is no end date, because the answer he gave only ends one of two ways. Either Tua's no longer on the team, and or Miami wins the Super Bowl. Because I think there will always be some criticism of Tua. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100,000%. There is an end goal, and it's funny because we talk about it, so I'm not gonna like reveal his plans or anything like that.
I'm just going based off of.
But it's funny. It's funny
podcast.
because if Tua gets kicked off the team, I mean, the kid's a diehard Dolphin fan. Like, he's not gonna go follow Tua around, because if Tua gets shipped from the Dolphins, like, in my opinion, I think his career's over. Like, he'll be a journeyman, he'll be a backup. Like, if you can't start for the Miami Dolphins at quarterback and keep your job, you probably stink at football. Like, I'm just being real.
Nobody's denying
so if he gets kicked off, we're not even be talking about Tua in the national media, because that means he's trash. But if he's good, I mean, that's great for the brand, because now you're no longer defending Tua. You could praise Tua, and you could be the whole face of the guy that exploited the corruption with Brian Flores and the terrible offensive line. And, like, he's the face of that. He's the leader. And now if Tua's good, everyone's going to hop on that bandwagon. And now everyone's going to be part of TuAnon. So TuAnon only goes as far as Tua goes. So it might be this year, or it might be the next 10 years. We're going to have the answer to
my hope is
not only Tua's career, but
do.
TuAnon's career.
I really hope it's the next 10, and that includes 2 or 3 Super Bowls. That's just me.
That'd be great. I'll take one. Give me one before I die. Give me a playoff win before I die. I'll be good. That's how desperate I am. That's how. It's funny, Stephen D. There's a graphic out there. The Dolphins have 20 playoff wins. I've seen none of them.
Talk about.
I've seen 0 playoff wins. I'm looking at this picture. I'm like, what the hell? We have 20 playoff wins? Bro, I haven't seen one, man. Unbelievable. And the 2 games I've been to, we got blown out. Ridiculous. I hate it here. It's been terrible for me.
Keep on talking about it, because, like, it literally was on the list to discuss today, was this graphic that I'm loading up into the thing right now. I'm meant to have it already, and it's loading. Here we go. So there it is. Most playoff wins in Super Bowl era.
Unbelievable.
So this means since 1960, whatever. Whatever the first.
I mean, we were established in 66.
Yeah. So 1966 was first Super Bowl. So in Super Bowl era, the Dolphins 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 have the 11th most playoff wins in all of the NFL. And by the way, we haven't won one in 20 plus years.
Unreal.
Let me say that again. The Dolphins have the 11th most playoff wins in NFL history, and we haven't won one in 20 plus years. How crazy is that?
It makes me sick. I hate it. I mean, look at the Lions, though. I'd shoot myself if I was a Lions fan.
1970
One playoff
was the first
win?
Super Bowl.
That's unbelievable. No, that's not true.
That's not true, Adam.
The first Super Bowl, I think the Jets won. The Jets won the first Super Bowl, or the Packers won the first.
The Packers won against the Kansas City Chiefs. Then I believe the Packers won again, if I'm correct.
Damn, the Chiefs are kind of booty. They only have 16 playoff wins, and they've had Mahomes, and they've been around forever. I mean, they played in the first Super Bowl. They're trash. Where are the Packers on here? Yeah, 29. Dude, that's unbelievable. We have 20 playoff wins, and I haven't seen one. I haven't seen one, bro. Have you? You've seen
I mean,
some.
I was alive for it, but I wasn't a huge I was a kid. It wasn't that I wasn't a huge fan. I just was a kid. I don't remember the playoff.
You don't yeah, it's different.
Like, I'm 33 years old. So with that being said, the last time I put in last time the Dolphins won a playoff game, I was 13.
Damn.
I was
the last playoff game the Dolphins won was 2000. So I was like 1 year old because I'm 22. So I was breathing air the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game, but I mean, I couldn't even wipe my own butt. You know,
I wiped my own butt. I wiped my own butt. I love Big Daddy. Such a good movie. Yeah. So look, I agree. It's interesting. Yeah, I was 12 or 13 the last time the Dolphins won a playoff game.
Bro, you were not alive the last time the Dolphins won a Super Bowl.
And I wasn't around the last time they went to a Super Bowl. That was 1986. So it's been a rough. The very first football game.
I thought it was 84.
No,
we went Marino's rookie year.
Oh, that's right.
And then we never made it back.
That's right. 82 and 84. 82 was David Woodley. 84 was Dan Marino. Right? Did I say that right? We didn't win. And we never won one. We just it
pissed me off that Marino never got his. Like, it's unbelievable because if he had his, like, people are going to put Aaron Rodgers over Dan Marino. And I literally think Marino is like that Aaron Rodgers quarterback that we see now. But I think he was better, you know? I mean, I never actually got to see him. I'm obviously being biased. I'm a Dolphins fan. But if Marino has that ring, like,
if Marino has that ring, he's considered the GOAT, even if he only has one Super Bowl.
Right. Like, he's up there, you know? Like, you could make the argument. Now, obviously, no one's going to touch Tom. Like, he's got 7 Super Bowls. It is what it is. Like, he's the GOAT of pretty much all sports. Him and Tiger. You could debate him and Tiger. But if Marino had that, like, I don't care. Like, I would put him in the top 3 of all time.
Yeah. I mean, like, I do anyway, but yeah, I agree.
I mean, yeah,
because
I'll do
Super
it
Bowls
anyway,
are
it's hard to make the argument.
Championships are a team accomplishment. And look, Dan Marino was the man. Point blank. There's no other ands, ifs, or buts about it.
Dan the man.
Dan the man. Hey, since the new thing is paying to remove people from the panel, Nikki Smokes is also fair game, right, Stephen D? When we do a panel, what he for the 10-minute 10-minute timeout, he's eligible for that the same way I am.
I'm exempt. But I'm the co-host.
As the co-host, you cannot get kicked off as the co-host permanently today.
Sorry.
Now, if he comes back on as like a special guest, not a co-host. Like, he's on for the whole show today. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you guys are done. So you better get ready, grab an extra cup of coffee, and smile.
Batman got hit on my show yesterday, Steven. That's too funny, man. All right. Let's get into the Tyreek Hill conversation. So Tyreek Hill has his new podcast that came out that I thoroughly enjoyed, called "It Needed to Be Said." Let me state something that I find very, very fun. Okay, number one, I felt like, look, he's the highest paid non-position or non-quarterback player in the NFL. He could have easily made some really cool big rig to have a podcast set up. It looked like he was in his living room or in, a room in the house, set up a camera, started recording. Now, the production value is great, but I felt like he's like, we're just going to do this. So I appreciate that. I tell people all the time that when you want to start a podcast or you want to start some sort of video content, just start doing it. Start doing it, because I think that's the best way to go. So, number one, I enjoyed that. Number two, I thoroughly enjoy Tyreek a lot more having listened to it now, because I feel like I've gotten to know him a little bit more. I feel I think that's one of the cool things about listening to good content is you start feeling like, oh, I know this person. Right. And I felt like I got that from one episode of listening to Tyreek Hill. He was sitting there, his co-host, one of his best friends, Julius, who's an attorney. Shout out to Julius. They were great. And then they had Drew Rosenhaus on driving with his children in the back seat, not wearing a seatbelt. Drew Rosenhaus. Yep. But I thought it was raw. I thought it was real. I thought it was fun. What were your first initial reactions to it?
I thought the opposite. I didn't think it was real at all. I mean, your first ever episode, your co-host is your lawyer, and your first guest is your agent. Two guys that only have your best interest. And his lawyer is like, anytime Tyreek says something, his lawyer's like, so what? He's like, so what you mean by that is that you feel blah, 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 blah. And Tyreek's like, yeah. So I almost thought Tyreek was under oath during the whole podcast. He's got his lawyer as his co-host, and his first guest is his agent. So I don't think it was that as real as we thought. It was more like, let me put myself in a better light. I look, I love Tyreek. I think he's a great guy. I think he does a lot for the community. Like, he loves to give back. He volunteers all the time. I don't like how he opened up with the podcast. You know, it was basically saying that, oh, like, they don't appreciate me, blah, 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 da, 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 da. And then even after all that, they talked about how Andy Reid called him right before the trade and asked him if he wanted to stay in Kansas City. And Tyreek Hill, after saying that they disrespect me, that they hate me, he said, yeah, I do want to stay. And then from that point on, it was more so that the Chiefs didn't value him as a $25 million a year receiver. And then but the Raiders value Devontae Adams at $25 million, but they don't value me like that, blah, 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 blah.
I want to get into the details, but before you do, I want to segue into that, because that is a very important topic and it must be discussed at a very intricate level. Suedo Spike's comment says $30 million a year and needs a podcast. Let me get into this first. Okay. I was very skeptical when I found out he was doing a podcast, because I'm like, man, this could be a lot of trouble for the Dolphins, for him, whatever. Now, Suedo Spike, shout out to you, man. You've watched the show for a long time. I initially felt that way. Here's how I feel.
What profile picture is that? That is wild.
Here's how I feel now, Suedo. I feel now as though is the cool thing about doing a podcast as a player. Draymond Green, Suedo Spike, Draymond Green, Tyreek Hill, is it allows that player to allow their side of the story to be expressed unfiltered and raw. And I think that's what was missing from media in past years, because imagine if Brandon Marshall could have had an opportunity, or even Ricky Williams, to explain himself during the highlights, during the tops of their careers. There might have been some bad that came along with that. Don't get it twisted. But I also think you would have been able to see who they really are. And I think the narrative of for the long time, the media got to push the narrative of who a player was. And that wasn't fair, because if that media member didn't like you, or the media didn't like you, like they didn't to Ricky, because Ricky did not talk to the media because of his personality disorder, he got the short end of the stick when it came to the media. And we can go back, okay? We can go back 20 years when Ricky, or 15 years ago when Ricky was in the height of his, career and was dealing with the Dolphins. And I would say majority of the fan base, not all the fan base, a majority of the fan base hated Ricky. Didn't want anything to do with Ricky. Ricky's one of the most beloved Miami Dolphins now. But now that's after we found out everything and we know what everything is, right? So what do you say to that, Nikki? Like, do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? What's your view on all that?
I don't have a problem with players doing their podcast as long as it doesn't get in the way of winning and losing football games. Now, for Tyreek Hill, if he feels the need to make a podcast, by all means, go for it. I don't care. He seems like the type of guy that likes to talk. He likes to be in front of the camera. so go for it. But I sent out a tweet the other day that the players hate the media so much that they're becoming their own media. You could ask, you watch the press conferences all the time, and players, they get snappy with the media. The relationship between players and the media right now is at an all-time low. So I feel like a lot of players feel like they need their own platform to answer their own questions in their own way without being fined. Or if they want to curse and show emotion, they don't have to worry about a $100,000 fine coming to their door, because they know at the press conference they can't be unfiltered. There's certain things they can and cannot say. Whereas when they're doing it on their own platform, they get to say whatever they want. And for a lot of these guys, it's a transition into what they want to do after the game. Now, I don't know what Tyreek Hill's ambitions are after football. Maybe he wants to be in the media world, but a guy like Draymond, like, you could already tell, like, once he's done with basketball, he's going to be part of the media. You see guys like JJ Redick started with his podcast, and now he's one of the top guys on ESPN. Yeah. So it's a great way for these athletes who are looking for careers after the sport to get out there and, like, show that, look, I could talk ball, I could do this, and there you go. So I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I will have a problem with it if we start 1-7 again and Tyreek Hill is just, going on an absolute rampage, throwing everyone under the bus and all that other crap. But I mean, it doesn't bother me now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think, look, it's all good till it's wrong, right? Until it's not good anymore. But what I will say is I think that I enjoy the players having their own platform. I enjoy them even having the bigger platforms. And they're taking away, positions that, look, Mike Greenberg, Mike Greeny and Golick, remember them? Greeny, people like Chris Russo. I'm trying to think of people that are just analysts. Stephen A. Smith.
If you're a regular dude like me and you, you are not going to get no job at ESPN. Yeah, you are not going to work for TNT. You have to get your own platform. Now. You have no shot because the players know more about the game than any of us. We will never know more than the players. It's how it is. They're at the best level. They watch film. They see the game from a whole different level. Now, I know you got your Twitter couch coaches. Oh, I know all blah 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 blah. You don't know more than the players. You weren't in the locker room. It's different. So
that's why when people come here, I'm like, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. This is my opinion. Right. But what the hell do I know?
Right. Exactly. And like I was saying, like, guys like me and you, guys that didn't play in the league, didn't play at the collegiate level, you're not going to get that ESPN job because you can't break down the game like these guys at that level. No matter how hard you try, you can't.
100%.
So, all right, I think you're better off. Go ahead. I'm good. I basically said it. No, you're better off just building your own platform. That was my closing remark.
And that's what Tyreek is doing. Now let's go to what you just said. You had mentioned on it. I want to give you the props. So, he started discussing his outs with the Kansas City Chiefs, which I find very interesting, right? So, with the Kansas City Chiefs, he stated a few things. So, again, I took a whole bunch of notes watching last night. He stated him and Drew Rosenhaus approached the Kansas City Chiefs halfway through the year about a contract extension. He claims that the Kansas City Chiefs were suppressing his stats. Maybe he didn't say that, but it was.
He led the team in targets.
Yes. Well, okay, that's fair. All right, but you have to admit the show also made it seem the narrative was, were they trying to suppress my stats? Right.
Well, that's why it's not real and authentic. He went up there with his lawyer and his agent trying to literally, our guy is right. Our guy is right. I mean, when you go out there with your lawyer and your agent, you're trying to paint a certain picture.
Do you think that picture was wrong?
I mean, let's just look at his stats. He had over 1,200 yards and he had 9 touchdowns. He had 1,200 yards the year before, 860 yards before that, and then he had 1,400 yards in 2018. So, I mean, his numbers are almost the same. He had 6 more touchdowns last year. but maybe that has something to do, with game planning. Oh, we might want to throw an extra guy on Tyreek
every
Hill.
single year and was the number one target of the team last year. Level 2 noob said.
That's what I'm saying.
So I say that because was he painting an accurate picture in the beginning of his conversation? And I think
I don't think so.
I think the argument can be made that it wasn't an accurate picture. Now, with that being said, perception is everything. And if his true perception, the stats don't lie, right? The stats are there, and they should be there to argue any counterpoint that's said to Tyreek's, view. But I will say, if Tyreek is in the huddle and says, "Hey, bro, I'm here.
Right.
Throw me the ball," and he doesn't feel that he's getting thrown the ball enough, I think there's truth in that as well. Because I think
But how do you say that and lead the team in targets?
Because I think at heart, all wide receivers are divas. Most wide receivers are divas. And if they're not getting the ball every single play, they're not getting the ball enough. And so I think his true perception of it is they didn't give me the ball enough. And if they had him, we would have won more games. We would have been better. I don't deny that he truly feels that way, though. I think he really feels like that. I don't think he's trying to lie. I think he felt like if you threw me the ball 10 times or 12 times, you didn't throw the ball to me enough. You should have thrown the ball to me 20 times.
Okay, so what are you going to do because wide receivers are divas, right? But they also, from a quarterback's perspective, they have to look at more than just Tyreek Hill. It's not like we're playing high school football and you're going to throw the ball to Tyreek Hill every play because no one can stop him. There's some quality football players in the NFL, just my opinion, that could play ball. And then when you have the best masterminds of a coaching staff defensively, literally game planning for Tyreek Hill, the biggest playmaker, they're going to be able to cook some things up that limit his role in the offense. That's part of their whole preparation going into that week. How can we slow down Tyreek Hill? How can we make life more difficult for Patrick Mahomes? Maybe let's take away his best receiver. That might be a good way to slow down Patrick Mahomes. So you can't just throw the ball 10 to 15 more times to Tyreek Hill if he's getting doubled or if he's not getting the separation that he usually gets. That's not how you're going to win more football games. The team went to the AFC Championship. If winning's all that matters, you shouldn't be complaining about targets.
Okay, but if I'm not, let me say something for the record. I don't disagree with you, but where there's a different perception, okay, is I think any wide receiver will feel that they do not get the ball enough and believe that. And I think that's where Tyreek truly believes. Tyreek truly believed he did not get the ball enough. He might have led the team in receptions. He might have had career years and still just didn't believe he got the ball enough. And that's just
so what do you need? So, but here's my
I don't think there is a number. I don't think
this is my problem. This is my problem, Stephen D. Everyone forgets that this Miami team is going to be a run-first offense. We are going to be a run-first offense. Yeah, we have Tyreek Hill. Yeah, we have Jalen Waddle. So what happens if this team starts winning games and Tyreek Hill's not getting the targets he wants? Is he going to go on his podcast and start ripping the Dolphins when we're 8-2 and he's not getting targets? I'm not going to start I love Tyreek. I love Tyreek. I don't have a problem with anything that he's done. I think he's going to be a great teammate in the locker room. But I'm answering kind of what your question is. At the end of the day, if you're going to complain about targets when he just went to 4 straight AFC championship games, what are you complaining about? If winning, because he says winning's all that matters to him. You just went to 4 straight Super Bowls, 4 straight AFC championship games. Come on.
But to your I get if you're going to tell me that, you need to tell me where the line is. That's what you're saying. Where is that line? If you truly feel like that, Tyreek, what is that number that you wanted to see that would make you feel otherwise? Because I'm looking at the numbers is what you're saying, and it clearly shows that Kansas City made you a priority in their offense. It clearly shows that Kansas City made you a priority in their future. Now, the other thing that came out with it, and we'll segue a little bit, is he said, I went to Kansas City and I told them I didn't have to be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. I didn't have to be the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. Now, just so y'all know, he is the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Okay.
And I think Aaron Donald might have just beat him. He's
Okay.
getting 30 mil. But he's second.
Okay.
Nonetheless.
At the time the podcast was shot, he was the first. Okay. But he goes and says, okay, we told whatchamacallit. We told Kansas City we would be okay with 25, 26 per year. What is that number you think Kansas City came with that we're so far off? Because I'll say this. It was Drew Rosenhaus even alluded to it. He said they were off by millions, but millions could have been 2. They could have literally been off 22 to 25 million. And then it goes back to the point where is winning everything for Tyreek, or did he want to get paid? And the question also is, let's be honest, what is fair here? Because his production value does show he deserves to be top 3 highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. He does. I'm not denying that. I'm not going to argue that point. His production value has said that. So what are your thoughts on that? And what do you think happened?
I mean, he came to Miami for money. Like, let's call a spade a spade. Like, it is what it is. He didn't, like, obviously he wants to come here and help his team be a winning franchise, and I'm all for that. But even in the podcast, they were asking him, like, he was never going to be the face of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's going to be Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is going to be the face of the Kansas City Chiefs. He said part of the thing of coming to Miami was that he could be the face of the franchise. Like, his agent said that. And then they made him the highest paid player. And then if all he cares about is winning, and they're only off by a couple million when we're talking about 24, 23, 22 million dollars a year, that's more than enough to take care of your family for the rest of your life, depending on how much you enjoy winning, you know?
Now, if it was 14,
I think he wanted the money, and that's why I had a problem with the podcast, because it was very contradicting, and that's why he had his lawyer and his agent on there.
They said the term, the exact term they used were they were short on guaranteed money. They were short on guaranteed money. Now, if that is the case, let's say they were offering him 14 mil a year and he was asking for 25 or 26. There's a big discrepancy.
That's not a couple.
That's a big discrepancy. That I have no problem with. But if they were off by 2 or 3 mil, he didn't want to be it. He didn't want to be there, as far as I'm concerned. Right. That's how I would look at it. Would you agree with that statement? He could say he wanted to be there all he wants, but if you're only off by 2 or 3 mil,
well, like here's my dilemma. So in the podcast, Andy Reid called him and asked him if he wants to be there, and Tyreek Hill said yes. He said, "I want to stay in Kansas City." Yep. The words came out of his mouth that he wants to stay. He wanted to be in Kansas City.
It's very interesting. All right, another question I wrote on here. Do you have a problem with a player asking for the ball? So I wrote that note down. Do you have a problem with a player asking for the ball in the huddle, asking for the ball on the sidelines, asking for the ball?
I don't have a problem with it.
When does it get out of
context, right? It gets out of hand when the game plan's working. When we're moving the football, when other guys are getting the ball and we're scoring, when we're winning, it's different. But if you could tell that, we need a spark on offense, I need the ball more, yes, go up there, be a man, use your voice. I need the ball. I need to help us win. But if we're winning the game, we're running the football efficiently, if we're moving the ball in the air without having to use Tyreek Hill because his presence is so abrasive that he's taking a double team and opening up things for like Cedric Wilson, Jalen Waddle, then no, I don't want you to complaining because you're doing so much without the ball in your hand that you're helping us win games. And that's why his stats dropped last year. And they talked about it in his podcast. He does so much for the offense without even having to touch the ball because of how much attention that he requires. So if we're out there, we're winning, we're moving the football, and he's like, oh, I'm not getting enough touches, I have a problem with that. But if the offense is stagnant and we're not moving the ball and it looks terrible and it looks like, we need a home run, we need something, yes, go up there and let the coach know, bro, I need the ball, man. Like, we need to start moving the football. We need some big plays. I'm all for that.
The Finns tailgate says Kansas City was off a few mil a year, like a total of 10 or 14 mil in guarantees. See, 10 or 14 mil in guarantees a lot of money. Now, I'll say that.
Wait, they were off by a total of 12 to 14 mil?
And guaranteed money.
Or a total. Okay, and what are we giving him guaranteed? 20?
No, more than that. Like
I don't remember
46,
his contract.
I don't have the contract in front of me. Tyreek Hill's being petty, but it was Casey that was petty at first. I think he meant Kansas City that was petty at first, which is probably true. Bond954 said he tried everything.
Damn, we gave him 72 mil guaranteed.
72 mil guaranteed. Okay, that's a lot. But still, we knew that we had to overpay to get a talent like that.
And a $25.5 million signing bonus.
He tried everything. He also mentioned not being able to see his sick grandfather sometimes is the things that seem so small that matters to some guys. I'm not going to sit here and argue with that. You know, he even clearly stated, he's like, I told coach, and he's referring to McDaniel, hey, I need to leave. I need to go do this. And McDaniel's like, go do what you got to do. You're fine.
Right.
So and now is that McDaniel being a pushover as a rookie head coach? And that's a fair question. I don't see why it's not.
I hear
that. What am I going to say to my brand new wide receiver? No, you can't go. Are you like, that'd be stupid for him to say that.
I mean, Flores would tell his ass no. I mean, no, but seriously, like when it comes to family, like that's different. You know, like family will always come first. It'll always come before ball. But to the point where, like just the way he kind of said it threw me off. He was like, "Yo, coach, I'm out," and he was just like, "All right, cool." Like it, like does that happen? Anytime Tyreek wants to leave, can he leave? You know,
if he's not feeling it,
Tyreek Hill was like, "Yo, I called McDaniel. I'm like, yo, my grandpa, he's in the hospital. I got to go see him." He's like, "All right, cool, go ahead." But he was almost kind of just like, "Yo, I tell coach I'm leaving for the day." And he's like, "All right, cool, gone." Like just the way he presented it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I think it is family could have been taken out. I hope it's family related.
Yeah. It could have been taken out of context. Look, and the other thing I'll say to this too, some players need more work than others. Tyreek Hill is not one of those people, but I also think that we need to build camaraderie in this building and being part of the winning team. Mm-hmm. The one thing you'll never say is, you know, we can go back and look at, you know, amazing players, Kobe, Jordan. None of these guys, they didn't leave practice early. They were the first ones there and the last ones out, right? So Steven flips and it's unreal. Steven, you spoke on his contract and now you act like you don't know. Ha ha. What the heck? What do you mean, Pete? I don't understand what you mean. I'll say this. I am happy with the moves that the Dolphins have made. I am happy with Tyreek Hill being here.
100%. Don't get that twisted.
Yeah, I loved. I'm. The point of today's show was to clearly just break down what was said on his podcast because I think that. Yeah, I don't have a problem with his contract. I have no problem with the Dolphins paying what they paid for him. I don't. I really don't. I feel like at the end of the day, the Dolphins had to do that in order to get a talent like that in our building. And sometimes you're going to have to overpay. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. Right. Now, what I don't want the narrative to be twisted is that Tyreek Hill, I think that you look at his podcast and some of the things he said, and just because it came from his mouth doesn't mean that's exactly what happened. That's one side of the story. But I will also say to Tyreek Hill's view is perception is everything. And if that's how he perceived it, who the heck am I to say otherwise? I could sit here and say, well, hey, look, this is what the view looks like. The numbers don't support your argument there, Tyreek. But if you felt like you didn't get the ball enough, I can believe that. I can believe that because I understand wide receivers as a whole, that if they don't feel like they're getting their 15 million balls per game, I don't care if you get 10 balls or 20 balls thrown at you. I'm sure we can all point to moments in the history of the NFL where the wide receivers like, I didn't get the ball enough. Bro, you got 20 receptions in this. I didn't get the ball enough. We did, whatever. What are you going to do? Right. And I don't think it's an ego thing. Actually, it is an ego thing, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Wide receivers have egos. Point blank. That's part of what makes them great. And if Tyreek Hill is sitting here saying to me, which is why I wrote down, do you have a problem with a player asking for the ball? Nikki says no. I don't think so. But I agree with Nikki where it comes into play is if we're running the ball 40 times a game and we're winning games handedly, shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. 100%. 100,000%. And I don't mind his contract. Like, we have one of the best players on our roster. Like, it's like the cost is already settled. Like, they have the money aside. We have the cap space. We still have money to spend. I don't mind his contract at all. I think Tyreek Hill deserves to be the highest paid wide receiver, the second highest paid wide receiver in the NFL.
His numbers show
because his numbers reflect that, and his impact on the field reflects that. And now that we have that on the Miami Dolphins, I mean, you can't put a price on that. So I'm fine with it. I really don't care. And when you look at it, yeah, sure, his contract is big, but it's also going to generate a lot of revenue for this team.
Yep.
Jersey 100%. Sales, team performance. So it's not like we're going to end up losing all this money on Tyreek Hill. If the team wins and we have Tyreek Hill and he increases team revenue, it's going to be an asset to this football team. Not even just on the field, off the field, for the Miami Dolphins as a whole. So I have no problem with his contract. The only thing I had a problem with is what was really said on the podcast, you know? And I thought they were trying to paint a certain picture instead of just being raw and authentic. And when you come on with your lawyer and with your agent, you're trying to spin a certain narrative. And I don't think you're speaking from the heart when you do that.
And for the record, from my point of view, I don't have a problem with his perception on it. I think the argument can be made against it, and I don't have a problem if anybody makes that argument to it. But I think, but what I think that you need to look at, what did K Flexen say? By the way, K Flexen, what did he say? That long as we can fit in Lamar next year, I'm good. Shout out to K Flexen. I people are going to be like, Tyreek's lying. Tyreek, is just trying, and I think he pointed that into his podcast too. He's like, well, some people are going to be like, oh, I'm batting for Tua. No, I truly feel the way that I feel. So let's talk about that. He said that, look, Tyreek is more accurate than Patrick Mahomes. Let's get into that. Okay. His completion percentage is higher. The lawyers set Reek up by asking who had the strongest arm. Flexen, that was the other thing that he was on trial that whole show. His best friend, the lawyer, was putting him on some spot questions. Okay,
it's crazy.
I think I'll comment on the trade, Batman, here in a minute. I'll get into the trade. Don't let me not forget the trade, guys. But let's get into this conversation about who's better. Patrick Mahomes is a better quarterback. I would have Patrick Mahomes 10 out of 10 times. 10 out of 10 times. Now, with that being said,
I'm just imagining Patrick Mahomes in a Dolphin jersey.
So the number one thing that I said, Nikki, was when the trade happened, I said, i.e. refer back to the Buffalo game and refer back to that touchdown. That is exactly what I said. I said, i.e. refer back to the Buffalo game, ladies and gentlemen, because that is what Tyreek's going to be for us. And what I mean that is in capital letters, yak, yards after catch. I think that is where Tyreek Hill is most dangerous. I think that's where he's going to be absolutely amazing for us. And I will say that that's what I think I think he will fit in perfectly into our current scheme and the way that it is of Tua throwing these 5-yard, 10 yards past, like that's what I think. And he said it. He's like, dude, I'd rather run for 40 yards rather than catch a ball 50 yards away. I don't think Tyreek's lying about that. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I think he's being a good teammate. I respect him. I'm glad that he's supporting Tua. I think Tua needs that. I think he's always needed that. But like you said, his lawyer kind of like set him up in the worst way possible. He goes, Mahomes has a stronger arm. Tua is more accurate. And then when asked which he prefers between the strong arm or the accuracy, he goes, I prefer the accuracy. So he's basically saying that he would take Tua over Mahomes. If you put the pieces of the puzzle together, he said he prefers accuracy over the arm. So he's based off what he said, he's saying he would rather Tua over Mahomes, which is why the national media is losing their mind, rightfully so, because no one in their right mind would take Tua over Patrick Mahomes. I think that's a fair assessment, because you wouldn't take any quarterback over Patrick Mahomes. He's the best quarterback in the NFL. You could argue Josh Allen. You could argue Aaron Rodgers if you want. I mean, Tom Brady's still up there, but I'm pretty sure it's a consensus Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. So to say that you would take anyone over him, that alone is a crazy statement. And then to say that you would prefer Tua over Patrick Mahomes when he was your quarterback is just wild. Now, I know he didn't come out and say, oh, Tua is better than Patrick Mahomes, but he said he prefers a more accurate quarterback. And he said Tua's more accurate. So therefore, he's saying he prefers Tua. And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part of the whole thing.
Chris says Smoke going to get attacked by TuAnon now. John Ruiz says, what do you expect Tyreek to say? We paying him big money. Okay, so that was the point I wanted to get into that. I don't think Tyreek was saying this. My personal opinion. I don't think he was saying this to back up Tua from the standpoint of like he's got no other choice than to say this. I think he believes this. I think Tyreek Hill would rather have 5 yard, 7 yard, 2 yard out routes and then run the ball for 50 yards after the catch. I truly believe that's what Tyreek wants, because to him that would show his ability and by far make him the best player of all time, one of the best wide receivers of all time. That's what he wants.
Right.
Okay. Now, what I will also say to this is I don't think that he was a slap in the face to Mahomes. I don't think Patrick would look at what he said as a slap in the face to him personally. I think we as the fans, media members, I think we're going to take this out of proportion, saying that Tua said that Patrick was better, or that Tua was better than Patrick. I don't think that's what he said. I think he is very much liking the position that he's in, and he likes the challenge that is set before him. And he knows that Tua's not going to throw the ball 40-yard dime passes the way Patrick is, but Tua's going to throw me these 2 yard, 5 yard, 7 yard out routes, in routes, and I'm going to run the ball for 40 or 50 yards, and y'all are going to see what I'm about. And I think he's all about that. I don't think he's lying.
Well, I think we all know what Tyreek's about. I don't think that's a mystery, you know. I think we all know how he plays his game. We all know when he's his best at, when he's in the open field, he's making people miss. He's blowing right past you. He's throwing up the peace sign. How you doing? I don't think that's in question at all. But the thing I just wanted to reiterate is that the problem was on the podcast is they said, okay, who has the bigger arm? Obviously Patrick Mahomes. And then Tyreek Hill says Tua is more accurate. And then after he says that, his lawyer asked him, do you prefer the strong arm quarterback or the more accurate quarterback? And he says accurate because I want to get hit in the breadbasket. I want to run for 50 yards down the field. So when you combine those two sentences, it almost sounds like you're preferring Tua over Patrick Mahomes. And that's where the outrage is coming from. I don't have a problem with what Tyreek Hill said. I think he's being a great teammate. He's supporting Tua. He's gassing up Tua's head. That's what he should be doing. And then it's contagious because you see other guys on the team supporting Tua, Jalen Waddle, even some practice squad guys that we don't even know. Everyone's finally supporting QB1. So I don't have a problem. Like I'm cool with Tyreek Hill being supportive and, you know, being positive when it comes to Tua, but I could also see where the media is kind of getting this, okay, what is Tyreek Hill smoking?
All right, so they wanted me to answer the question that it was what we gave up for Tyreek was equivalent to the 13th overall pick. Okay, so we gave up 5 draft picks, and part of that would have equated to, okay, you would have probably gotten the 13th pick at best, whatever. Okay, who would you got at 13? Batman actually said this, so shout out to Batman. He goes, who at 13 would you have picked that would have given you the kind of production that Tyreek Hill is going to give you? And the answer to that is nobody. There's nobody.
Of course.
There's nobody. I have, for the record, the Dolphins made an amazing trade. They didn't have to give up next year's draft. I mean, I feel like they did everything perfectly by the book. They made
This
him
draft
the highest,
class stinks.
They made him the highest paid player in the league, or one of them, right? Non-quarterback wise, and manipulated the cap that he's only counting $8.6 million against the cap this year, which is insane to think about. And I think that is, where it is. And by the way, I think that he truly meant what he said, that I don't think he wanted to leave Kansas City, but he needed guaranteed money. And the Kansas City was not willing to come with guaranteed money, and I'll say this as well, didn't know how to manipulate the cap the way Chris Greer does. Let me throw that to the bread basket too. Chris Greer is a genius at manipulating the cap. And I think that goes unsaid and unnoticed, and we don't need to allow that to go unsaid and unnoticed.
Well, I've always said Chris Greer is a great negotiator. He's always winning on the trades. It's just we haven't been able to capitalize on them in the draft. That's always been the problem. He's always been a great negotiator. The Dolphins usually always win the trade. You look at Laramie Tunsil. You look at what we did for Tyreek Hill. I mean, what we give up a couple 5 draft picks that aren't going to change the franchise for Tyreek Hill, a guy that could change your entire offense overnight. Sign me up. And plus, we have 2 first-round picks next year. We have like
2
5
first-rounders, a second-rounder, and 2 third-rounders.
Yeah, we have draft capital. And we can do whatever the heck we want next year.
And by the way, the Dolphins have hit on 5 out of their last 7 or 8 third-round draft picks. So we have a good track record of drafting in the third round.
We're great in the second round.
Yeah, and we're great in the second round. So and we're coming off last season the best first round ever in the history of our franchise, maybe.
Yep.
So come on now, guys. Let's call a spade a spade. We're in a prime example for success. We're in a prime position for success. I'm happy. I'm happy with the direction of the franchise. I'm excited. I'm optimistic. I'm all on board with everything that is going on. Do you agree?
Yep. I couldn't be more fired up. I can't wait for this year. I haven't been this excited. I say that every year, but this time, and I know I say this every time, but this time it feels different. I really, truly believe that this team is going to be very, very special. But even if it's not, I'm not going to freak out. And I mean, I'll freak out during the season. You'll see me screaming at my phone. My blood pressure will be way too high. I'll have to start taking medicine to relax and calm down. And my heart will be broken if this team sucks this year. But we are in such a good position for next year. It's unbelievable. For instance, if Tua stinks, we could replace that overnight. If Tua is great, we could upgrade anything that we have to overnight. With that draft capital, we already have our star guys under contract through next year. We are in a good place. The only thing we need to see, if this team wins 1 to 2 playoff games this year, I think we will 100,000% win the Super Bowl next year. If this team wins a playoff game or 2, with the draft capital and the resources we have for next year,
we'll be a Super Bowl contender.
It would not surprise me.
We'll be a Super Bowl contender. There's no doubt.
100%.
There's no doubt about that.
100%.
1234 says, promise you by week 3, TuAnon will say Tyreek Hill's ruining Tua because he's making him force the ball. I hope you're wrong on that so much. Oh, man. Okay.
Dude, that's what I wanted to ask you. Oh, go ahead.
We have no weaknesses unless something catastrophic happens. We win the Super Bowl. I like what K Flex said.
God bless.
I like it. All right, so here's what I want to do. Okay, actually, last thing I want to talk about, and then I'm going to bring in some people. So if you want to get in, we're not going to do a big panel, but I'll let 1 or 2 of you, maybe 3 of y'all on at one time, depending on how many and how the conversation's going. But I'll rotate y'all in and out to come on with Nikki Smokes. Everything is in full effect. 10-minute. Once I do these mini panels, 10-minute timeouts are in effect. All that stuff is in effect. Last thing I want to talk about, Connor Williams. They talked about Connor Williams deep sea fishing with Drew Rosenhaus, and Drew Rosenhaus said he caught a bull shark. They caught a bull shark, and that Drew Rosenhaus got in the water to catch this bull shark. My question to you, Nikki Smokes, is would you willingly get in the ocean knowing there's a shark there and touch a bull shark and swim with a shark? Would you do it?
Why would I ever do that?
Okay, I just wanted to know.
What is the risk reward for that?
I love that Tyreek Hill called it out too. Tyreek Hill was like, "Oh, I'm about to get canceled," but that was real white of you, Drew Rosenhaus. I was cracking
That's
up
hilarious.
when he said it. I was like, yes, sir," because I'm not getting in no water with no shark. That's not going to happen. No, sir. That shark just didn't make it. He did. It was his. That's what God wanted to happen. He didn't want me to get into that shark and risk my life. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
On that, I'm good.
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting.
I'll swim with a dolphin though. I ain't gonna swim with no shark.
I don't care that bull sharks don't bite. It's a shark. Sorry, this is not Shark Tale, sir. Not going.
Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm definitely not fish. I'm not fish's friend, not food. I don't think I fit into that category.
All right, let's bring the people on. While I'm waiting for people to get in the back room, here is the link. I want to remind y'all, if y'all donate $10 to the channel or more, you will be entered to win a Sam Madison autographed jersey giveaway, courtesy of ZSM Sports. If you donate on Cash App or PayPal, I double your entries. If you donate $50 or more, I triple your entries. Swear jar is in full effect, and so is the $10 timeouts. Plus, if you don't like what somebody says and you want to kick them off for the day or the week or ban them for 2 months, all that is in effect. I got it here. I got the list. I'm ready to go. And let's go. Let's have some good times. So I will wait for you all to come up. Let's get on here. Nikki, you had a big announcement on social media while we're waiting for people to come into the back room. You are moving your show, right?
Oh, yeah. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. So every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday from 5 to 6 p.m. on The Smoke Show. Check us out. We have a lot of fun. Me and my co-host, Bobby, we do a great job. Stephen D comes on all the time. Always talking about the Dolphins. It's only an hour long. You're coming out of work at 5 p.m. You know you're about to go back home to your wife and kids, and they're going to bombard you with a bunch of questions and all this other crap. Just come in, listen to The Smoke Show for an hour, get your smoke, get your Dolphins content, relax on your drive home. We will take care of you. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 to 6. Check out The Smoke Show.
My man, Nikki Smokes. All right.
I'll drop the link, too.
First person to come on who might get the smoke today. Remember, nobody's safe. Just remember, you can get kicked off for 10 minutes. I can get kicked off for 10 minutes, and anybody who comes on, they can get kicked off for the day. They can get kicked off for the week. They can get kicked off for the next 2 months, maybe even for life, depending. Look, we're going to find out. Money talks. All right. Alexander, what's up, Alexander? How are you, man?
What's up, guys? I'm good. How about yourself?
Alexander, you might not have long, so go ahead and get out what you got to get out.
That's fine. I'm going to talk about this. 2 things I want to real quick say. What does everybody expect Tyreek Hill to say? Like, do you really want him to say, "Yeah, my quarterback sucks. My quarterback's this. My quarterback's that"?
But my point to that, Alexander, is he doesn't believe that anyway. So he believes in what he's saying. People are saying that because I feel like they want to give. What is he gonna say? He's not gonna say the truth. Mm-hmm. That's wrong. Oh, level 2 noob kicked you off, bro. You're gone for 10 minutes.
That was yeah. I wanted one more take.
10 minutes.
Yo, that is crazy.
You're back at 10:54.
That is legendary. Oh my gosh, bro! What a great idea. Who gave you that idea?
So
did you come up with that yourself?
No, I got to be honest. There was a couple of people. There are 2 or 3 people. I'm not exactly sure which one it came up with it, but there are 2 or 3 people that are saying I came up with the idea. But Chris from the Fins Tailgate's one of them.
Hilarious.
I don't know who the other 2 guys are, but yes, there were about 2 or 3 people. But yeah, it's good.
That was unbelievable. Not even 20 seconds in.
Level 2 noob not only got to ban him for 10 minutes, he also gets into the drawing for the Sam Madison giveaway, which is great.
What a system. What a system.
Shake Money, what's up, Shake Money?
Hey, by the way, this is Shake Money, not Alexander Diaz, even though you guys confuse me a lot, so I just wanted to let you know, please don't ban me.
Jake Money's like, I don't want the smoke. Don't ban me.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on? How are you?
How we doing?
Not much, man. Hey, listen, I just have a question. And this is one thing I just found interesting. Why is it that people say Tua's going to have a good year, but in the same sense, but if he sucks, we're going to move on? I mean, you're either in or you're out. You know what I mean?
That's not true. That's a fair statement to say.
I think
I truly expect Tua to have this great year. But if he does not,
right.
I'm fully committed I'm fully okay with them saying, see you later, bring in the next person.
Right. And I think that's fair. Like, I think Tua's going to have a great year too. But just because we think it doesn't mean it's going to be reality. So we also have to address, well, what if he doesn't have this great year that we believe he has? Then, yeah, it's time to move on. I don't think throwing, but if he sucks, you got to get rid of him, doesn't mean that you're not all in on Tua this year. Because what if you're all in and it doesn't pan out? Then what?
Rick Spar and El Capitan came up with it. They said, okay. Yeah, I agree. Like, so Shake Money, you don't think that's fair for somebody to say? You have a problem with that?
No, dude. I don't have a problem with anybody having any opinion. I'm just curious. That's all.
I don't think that it's a hate, but I don't think that that viewpoint or that perception is of a minded person saying Tua's going to fail. I just think that there's a safety net there.
So let me ask you a question. What makes you think that there? All right. What if you had to put it in percentages? From fit, what do you say percentages of him succeeding and failing? Or 60, 40, 30, 8, like that?
Oh, well, two things. Number one, I don't want to answer that because I don't think
I'll
it's
answer
fair.
that. I don't care. 70-30. We've upgraded pretty much everything on the team. He's got better receivers. He's got better offensive line. He's got better running backs. He's got a new offensive head coach that's supposed to be an offensive mastermind. He has a 70% chance to succeed and be the guy. And then the other 30% is that he's just not the talent that he is at the 5th overall pick. Like that, but I think that's a fair answer. We've upgraded everything. He's got to play well.
Let me tell you, the problem with putting percentages on it, Smokes, is when I am, giving my perception, my opinion, and I go and I say, you know what, Tua's got a 75% chance of making this happen. It's not all on Tua. Tua doesn't have.
No, but his question was, what's his chance of succeeding?
I mean,
what? Like I think his chances.
How can you put a number on
an all-time high?
Yeah, I will say that. I would 100%.
I mean, it's not like I'm a professional. It's not like this is going to happen because Nicky Smoke says it's 80% going to happen. In my opinion, I think there's a 70% chance that he plays great, and the only other 30% chance that he doesn't play great is because himself is not that guy. I think everything else is already placed around him.
App says Tua's chances are at 15%. EM Baller says 90% chance he succeeds. And that's the problem.
This is the best he's ever been set up. This is the best he's ever been set up. And
Anywhere.
me and you both, the whole fan base, the whole world, there's no excuses this year. There's no excuses at all.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clap Blockers, myself, Stephen D, my special co-host of the day, Mr. Nicky Smokes from The Smoke Show on YouTube. We're doing mini panels this morning, so get in where you fit in. Everything is in full effect, swear jar as well as $10 timeouts, and I got to come up with a slick name for what I call everything else, but everything's in full effect. Just know that. And we want to get what questions do you have or your perception of Tyreek Hill's podcast or TuAnon or the outlook of the national media from Tua. We want to hear from you. So Shake Money, do you think that the fan base is overcritical on Tua? I know the answer to that, but I'm always interested to hear because there are some people that think, no, we're not critical enough of him. He's an NFL quarterback. He should have all the he should get all this smoke. Well,
there's
no pun
there's
intended.
players that are overly critical over Jerome Baker. There's players that are overly critical over Waddle, or you know what I mean. I think there's it depends what who the player is. There's going to be a segment of the fan base over critically of that person. So
Smoke.
I mean, when you're picked 5th overall and you're picked to be the face of the franchise and you have 16 touchdowns and 10 interceptions and can't play the full year, I mean, you're going to get criticized. And I think it's fair criticism. I think there's some people on one end of the spectrum that are way too negative. And then I think there's people on the other spectrum that absolutely coddle them. And I think it would be a better space if most of us were in the middle, where there's certain contexts where we're like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that have went against Tua, but even if they're going good for Tua, like, he still has to show us that he could play well. So I think there's two ends of the spectrum. There's people that are way too critical, and then there's just people that coddle.
But here's the thing too, though. You got all right. I'm gonna bring up an example like Pete. He's very critical of Tua, but when he throws a touchdown, he celebrates just like the rest of the fan base does. When he does well, exactly. he cheers just like the rest of the fan base does. So that's everybody. That's how
it should be. That's how it should be. Like if you're well, first of all, you're not a Dolphin fan. If you're sitting there every time Tua drops back and you're just praying that he throws a pick, so you could go on Twitter and say Tua's trash, I told you so. I hope Tua goes out there and throws for 450 and 6 touchdowns every single game, because he's the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins. And until that changes, I want nothing but the best for him. So if there's anyone that's literally watching the games praying that he does bad so they could be right on Twitter, I mean, they have a problem.
They're not a fan. Being ultra negative, I can understand as a lifelong Dolphins fan, but we've been lied to. Being ultra positive, on the other hand, you're just perpetuating the lies that they're feeding us.
That's a great point. It's a great point. I'm all for being positive. I'm all for being optimistic, but you can't be over.
Chris, be honest with me, Chris. I have been said that I'm one of the more positive people on social media, but I've also been called a flip-flopper. But when I am positive, do you consider me like part of the issue? Because, and I'm not trying to have you call me out. I'm interested to know what your perception is on that, because I think anytime anybody says something positive, it's considered, oh my God, you're perpetuating what the media has been trying to feed us for the last 20 years, which is crap on a brick.
Right.
I'm interested to know what he said there.
One thing I want to bring up before I go, because I'm going to be going in the zone area, about the coaching staff. Everybody was saying that we have a proven O-line coach, but he's only coached in college. I know the offensive coordinator is also an offensive line coach. So how is he a proven guy? What makes him proven if he's never coached in the NFL?
Because the offensive line coach, Matt Applebaum, is from Boston College, a Division I school that is not Boston College. When's the last time Boston College did anything in college football? And he had a top 10 offensive line in all of college football, and at a mediocre program at best. So I think that tells you that he's able to take players and teach them and coach them. And that's what we need with some of these people here. I think there is some great talent here. They just need some better coaching. Everybody thinks when you're in the NFL that you automatically are ready to make that that you should be ready to play at it. No, there's still growth to the game. They're still getting better. And I think part of that is having good coaches here. And I think Applebaum is going to be that. Alex, you're back. You're back, Alex.
Okay.
Welcome.
All right. Yes, I am back. All right. So here's my second take, and then I'm going to get kicked off. I already know I am. All right. For the memo to all the Lamar Jackson fans, he is not coming to Miami. If he comes to Miami, then you're going to have to redesign your whole entire offense to fit Lamar's strengths with his legs. That's it. He is not a passer. He is a running back playing quarterback.
We're designed to run the football first this year, though. We're a run first football team.
Time out, Alex. You think that if Lamar comes here, that we're going to have to? I don't think that that's the case. We already.
You mean? Hold on. Let me say something real quick.
3 running backs.
Yeah.
You mean design a scheme that McDaniel has done already for RG3? Isn't that the same thing he already did?
It's a totally different offense.
Karen from HR said, "Take a break, Alex."
Dude, why don't they like Alex, man? That's
Level 2 noob's the one who
crazy.
does it to Alex too.
Yo, noob dog, that is hilarious. That is unbelievable. That's great.
I'm out of here, guys.
Poor Alex.
Thanks again for the content.
He smarts
Easy,
it.
bro.
Thanks again for the content, guys, man. I'll
No.
catch you on the flip side, man. Y'all be safe.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate
I love
you,
you, brother.
Shay.
Be good. Oh man,
Dog, that's hilarious. That's unbelievable. But what he was talking about, I don't think you'd have to reform the offense for Lamar Jackson. I mean, this team is designed to run.
I agree. Triple S podcast. What's up, bro?
My man. I'm good. How are you guys?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I just got to address one thing. I'm over here dying laughing. This man said Lamar Jackson's not a passer. He's a running back playing quarterback.
Lamar Jackson is one of
ridiculous.
Tell that to the
best.
MVP trophy in his trophy case.
He is he get and
Unbelievable.
look, I'm not here to board the Lamar Jackson train. But what I will say is
if Tua stinks, I'm on it. If
But-
Tua
but
stinks,
what I-
I'm on it.
Let me say one more thing, Steven, before you go. I'll let you wrap as long as you want. Let me just say one more thing. So he said we'll have to redesign the whole offense if we get Lamar. He said it, and maybe I'm misinterpreting, but it sounded like he was saying it almost like it's a bad thing. That would be the best thing for this team at this point. Like, redesign the offense because we got Lamar. Hell yeah, sign me up. Make us a read option team where we have the best running quarterback maybe of all time. You know, him and Vic are the main two people talk about. Yeah, maybe he's a running back playing quarterback, but he's got an MVP award. He's gone to the playoffs. Our guy hasn't done
Lamar's
that.
got a great
So-
arm.
why, but so you know what? Let's talk about that for a second. Why does Lamar get such a bad rap as not a good pocket passer
Because
when
he's
in
not
reality
Tua
he is?
Tagovailoa.
Because when he's bad, he's bad. You know, like his bad is really bad. There's no like in between. Like if Lamar is on, he's unstoppable. But when he's having those games where he's overthrowing that middle seam route or the crossing route by 5 to 10 yards, it looks bad. And then you have those clips of him at the Pro Bowl throwing at the freaking 5-yard little thing, and he doesn't hit one of them. He gets a bad rap. Damn it, you caught me. I hate you.
So Nick, what's worse?
I don't think he's as inaccurate as everyone portrays him to be.
No. And what's worse, Nikki, that or like Lamar has bad games for sure. Everybody has bad games, and I
Right.
agree that when he looks bad because his main weapon is his legs for sure. But
Right.
why? How is that different from when Tua looks bad?
Amen. You just took the words out of my mouth. I was
And
just
before
going to say
people call me a Tua hater, hold on, let me flip the camera. Before people call me a Tua hater, I got this.
Oh, tell him Triple S
I
podcast.
got this one.
you're
and
not
I
a
got this
hater,
one.
bro. You're just real. Like this is what
But
I
I know- but I
expect.
know
Like
what
guys
you
can
can't-
support their quarterback.
but I know what you
I'm
can
I'm gonna troll here a little bit. You can't be today. Like if you're critical of him in any sort of way, you're considered a hater.
Even
Point
though I
blank.
got 3 jerseys. But yeah, go on.
You know. What were you about to say, Smokes?
I kind of lost my train of thought when he started showing me the jerseys. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, we're talking about inconsistency. Yeah, well, that's the biggest knock on Tua is that he's inconsistent. There's throws that Tua makes, and you're like, how did he just drop that in the bucket? And then you have throws like Jacksonville, the Jets twice, and the Atlanta game. Like, there's just so many bad plays, and that goes for both quarterbacks. But when Lamar's at his best and Tua's at his best, Lamar is way better than Tua when they're both at their best. Am I wrong for saying that?
No, I think you're accurate in saying that. And I also think that, again, to Tua's point, we have not seen his ceiling yet. We've seen glimpses of greatness with him, very small ones, mind you. Don't mind saying that.
Fair.
But I think that there's going to be a game or two this year, if not more, where we're going to be like, whoa, dude is for real.
I
hope you're right.
I've only been waiting 2 years.
I'm trying to wear these jerseys, man. I haven't been able to wear them. If I
Just
wear
been
them,
able to
out in
hate-
public, I get
I
clowned
really
right now.
thought our quarterback problem was solved after the Arizona game. I think we all did. I thought we all found our coach and we all found our quarterback in the same game, and then poof, gone overnight. If we had Arizona Tua every game, I mean, we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now.
Facts.
Alex is in the back room begging to come back on.
How sad is it that we have to the game that everybody really thinks about wasn't
5 more minutes, Alex.
What'd you say, Triple S? I didn't
I
hear
said
you.
how it's so disappointing to me. Like, I don't want to go off on a tangent here. I'll just say what I was saying. But how disappointing is it that when us Dolphins fans want to look at a game where we can say, yeah, that's our guy, we can't even go to last year. We got to go to 2 years ago.
That's fair. Shaq Finn says criticism without rational reasoning is hating. Well, what's considered rational reasoning? Is Tua somebody who stayed healthy for the last 3 years? No. That's criticism. That's also facts. Right. Okay.
Correct.
Tua, how many throws over 50 yards has he thrown in the NFL? We can count them on one hand, right? Completed throws. That's not criticism. I
agree. I think right. It's facts that don't fit a certain agenda. Now, if you're just going out there spewing nonsense that Tua sucks because he has a noodle arm and he can't throw the ball 50 yards, like that's false. Like that's hate. Like I've witnessed Tua throw the ball over 50 yards. It's different. But saying that he hasn't been healthy, that's fact. Saying that he's inconsistent, that's factual. Saying that if you asked 100 Dolphin fans what his best game was, you would go back to the Arizona game. Now, I can't 100% say that's fact, but if you ask everyone in the chat what Tua's best game was, my opinion would be that the majority of people in the chat would say it was the Arizona game. That was Tua's best game.
Stephen D's rational reasoning is a nice way to say excuses. Vonjo, I love you.
I love Vonjo.
I love Vonjo. But that's a rational reasoning is not an excuse. And it bothers me that people think that an excuse is. It's facts. They're reality. How is it an excuse? Can you explain that? Vonjo, come up here and explain that to me.
Hey, let me say one thing, Steve. Sorry, go ahead, Smokes. My bad.
No, you're good. You got it.
Go ahead, Triple S.
I was just gonna say one thing because it is maybe a little unbalanced. I'll admit. Whenever I talk about Tua on these panels and on TD's show, whoever's show, it's easy to pick out the negatives, and part of it is something TD said before, is that there's a lot of people that want to ignore negatives. They're blind to the negatives. There's always a thing to point to, as if there's nothing that he can improve, which is obviously false. But one thing that I will say in a positive light is that
hold on. Shake Money said, Matt, those are Matt Turk jerseys, bro. Stop fooling nobody. You a Tua hater.
With the last name on the back? With the Matt Turk Tagovailoa? Is that a hyphenated last name? I don't understand.
You don't lie. You got it. That's Velcro. So you could just rip off the
That's real. That's real deal. Holy shit. These are the stitched ones too.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
Anyway, what I was saying in the positive light is what I'll say is that we have a guy that we know now, Tyreek Hill. We have a guy that we know commands a lot of cover 2 coverage. Mm-hmm. And if they're going to play cover 2 man, I think we'll eat them up because we got speedsters.
Yep.
And if they're going to play cover 2 zone, we know what 2 can do against zone. So I think that even if, and a lot of people think, we're going to go deep. Now we got Tyreek, we got Waddle. But I think the fact that we're going to get a lot of cover 2 zone, cover 2 man, I think Tua should be able to eat up underneath. Hopefully we get a lot of rack. So if it's ever going to happen for this kid, it's got to be this year. He's got the tools, and we got a guy that's going to command a coverage that I think is favorable for Tua. So I'm hoping, like everyone else, I'm hoping that it works out because it's the best case scenario for us that he works out. We don't have to spend capital or cash on another guy.
Exactly. Yeah. The best thing for the Dolphins is for Tua.
Hey, guess who's back? Alexander's back. Go ahead, Alexander. You said you wanted to get these guys.
The thing about it is that I'm with you on that Triple S podcast about, I'm hoping Tua turns out to be the best. But here's the thing. Again, Lamar is not the answer, bro. Can somebody please name me a quarterback that has run his team all the way to a Super Bowl and won it? You can't name me one. I mean, let's just be real. A running quarterback is not going to get you. I'm just saying, look, some people think Lamar's the answer. You're going to have to redesign your entire offense. So you're going to have to bring a new scheme. The players have to get caught up on the new scheme.
I don't think you would have to bring in a new scheme, Alexander. I think that this team is set up.
What is Lamar's strengths, though?
I think
Lamar's strengths is his legs. That's it.
That's not it. Bro, like I'm mad I have
he's
to
not
defend
accurate.
Lamar here.
He's
So
not-
Alexander, do we have a
he's
better
not
chance
accurate.
to win with
He
He
has
has
an
a
arm.
64% completion percentage, and
Yeah, but
all we talk about is
name me-
Tua's
but-
completion percentage, and
but
he's
name
66%.
me. But again, name me a pass over 20 or 30 yards. His completion percentage over 30 yards. It's not that good.
Hey, Alexander, I'll even go one step further. The Ravens wide receivers suck more than the Dolphins wide receivers have.
Because nobody wants to play with
5 to
Lamar.
10 years.
Nobody wants to play with. Nobody wants to play with Baltimore.
Are you kidding me?
Can I ask?
I don't think
Alexander a
that's it.
question?
I think if Baltimore offered Tyreek Hill the same bag, he would fly over there overnight.
Can I ask Alexander a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm sorry, guys. I don't got much time, but go ahead.
So all things remain the same except the quarterback. Do we have a better record in 2022 with Tua or Lamar? Who gives us a better chance of winning more games? In your honest and humble opinion.
One more time. You broke up. I'm sorry. You broke up. One more time.
Okay. So I was saying all things the same, defense the same, specials the same, whole offense except for the quarterback. What gives the Dolphins a better record in 2022, led by Tua or led by Lamar, in your honest and humble opinion?
I think they both give us a good chance to win.
Oh, who gives a better record?
Tua by one win better.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that?
Alex? Because Tua is the better pocket passer and the better thrower.
Wrong. I'm not a Tua hater. I love Tua. But I would take Lamar Jackson 10 out of 10 times over Tua.
I'm not saying that Lamar does not have a strong arm.
You said we would win one more game with Tua
over
Lamar?
Lamar?
Yes, but I don't. Now, Tua
he can have his opinion, guys. We don't got to jump down.
Tua does not have a stronger arm than Lamar. But Tua has better accuracy than Lamar does. Tua is a better accurate passer.
$50, Trey. Yo,
all right, guys. I gotta get off for training.
Stay up here. No, stay up for.
I gotta get off for training, man. I'm at
5
work.
more minutes, Alexander. 5 to 10 more minutes.
My trainer is looking at me right now.
Through
Zoom.
I love Alexander, man. Take care, bro.
Don't leave yet. I need you up here. I need you up here for this smoke. You can't be just coming up here and saying this blasphemous.
Then I gotta turn up my volume on my.
I don't have anything against Alexander.
That's fine.
I love the opinion. I love the take, but to say that we would win less games with Lamar Jackson instead of Tua is an unbelievable take. I mean, I almost want to consider that insanity. He's a top 12, top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's a former MVP.
Again, what has he done since that 50-yard season? Absolutely nothing.
What do you mean? He's been 6-1, 13-2,
But
11-4.
But again, Nikki, name me a quarterback that has ran his team all the way to a Super Bowl.
Okay, and name a mid-level quarterback that's
won
went
it.
out there and won a Super Bowl. What, Nick Foles? Like, has Kirk Cousins won a Super Bowl? Has Derek Carr won a Super Bowl? Like, not many quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl in the last 20 years except the best of the best. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, the guys, the kings of the hill. We need to win a playoff game before we start talking about Super Bowls.
I hear you guys.
And I'll agree with that.
Chris says Tua this year, currently constructed team, expectation is hopefully playoffs. Lamar this year, currently constructed team, expectation is the Super Bowl.
I think that's fair. Or AFC Championship game, 100%.
100%.
100%. Could you imagine, like, what the national media would think of that team and what Vegas would think of that team? That we'd be the fastest team of all time.
Agreed.
Okay, so no, you can't agree. If you do you still think Tua would win us one more game than Lamar?
I'm just not a fan of. I'm just not a big believer in Lamar.
I don't know why.
Don't zoom and drive. Have your headphones in.
I gotta go, guys. I'm at training.
Alrighty.
Hey, Steven, let me know about that. I messaged you on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Yeah.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good night, okay?
Yep.
Stay safe.
All right, Alexander. Appreciate you.
Hello, welcome to T-Mobile.
Oh, well, he was like in training.
Yeah.
Definitely looked like he was about to get got. All right, let me bring in my two boys here. My brothers from another mother. I love both these guys. Although sometimes what they say is just outrageous. Von Joe and Luis.
Nah, man, don't ever talk crazy about Von Joe, man. That's the GOAT.
Von Joe with the slow
You look scary as hell. He about to say something crazy.
I love that this man's 5 feet away from the camera. Slow clapping.
I listen. I had to, because if I was any closer to my phone, I would have threw it across the room based on what Alex was saying. Because
Alex was saying some straight nonsense.
Man, come on, man.
These are the conversations that make us look dumb as a fan base.
Don't do that.
No, because we're because we're so innate about Tua. No, he can do anything.
Don't say that.
Oh my God. Yeah, Tua's better than Brady. Tua's better than Dan Marino. He's the next Dan Marino. Let's go off the cuff completely now. You know what? Tua's better. You know what? You comparing Tua to Steve Young? No, he's better than Steve Young. Okay?
Get him, Von Joe. Get him.
He proved it. So that's what we're gonna do. So let's go completely off the cuff. Let's completely lose our arm. Let's go ahead. You know what? Take a sniff of engine dust, run down the turnpike, butt naked. Because that's what you're doing with that. That's exactly what you're doing with that take. That was a dumb.
You're not, take. And just for the record, you're not saying that he's dumb. You're just saying that take is dumb. Saying
that take is dumb. And when we defend, when we go to the point of just going against our football knowledge and what we see in our football eyes to defend this kid,
I feel like Alex's take there was him as a fan saying, "I'm not going to say anything negative about Tua, even if it's not true. Like I just won't do it."
I just think his main argument was that he truly believes that Tua is just a lot more accurate than Lamar, which I don't believe is the case. He's not like light years ahead of Lamar Jackson.
But Nicky Smokes, even if you believe that, quarterback position is not just throwing the ball accurately. It's so much more that's a compass of being a quarterback. People say that he run. Oh, Lamar Jackson, all he does is okay. Guess what? He could throw and he could run with his legs, but guess what? He's still a quarterback. He's not a running back. He's not a receiver. He's a quarterback. Right. So if his legs is part of him being a quarterback, guess what? He's still a QB.
That's a fact. Von Joe has a great point, because what I was going to come on, I wish Alex was still here. See, the narrative is that Lamar can't throw. Okay, well, let's just go to the numbers. Tua's last year, if we average out the games that he played, he averaged 224 yards. Everybody on this panel believes that, because we've seen it, Lamar, that's basically what Lamar gives you. 230 yards, 240, somewhere around that range. The problem is Tua's not going to give what Lamar gives, because Lamar's going to, on top of that 235, 240 that he's throwing for, he's also running for 75, 80 yards. So I'd rather have 235, 240 yards plus exactly. You look at Lamar's MVP season, he had 36 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 1,400 yards rushing. And remember, all these excuses that we always make for Tua. Well, he has no weapons. He has nothing. Or 1,200, but he only had Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews. That's the equivalent to what we had last year with Mike Gesicki and Jalen Waddle. So all these narratives that Lamar can't throw, I'll give Alex one thing. Accuracy, I would give Tua is more accurate than Lamar. Not even by a drastic stretch. I would just say he's more accurate. But everything else,
playmaking is just the difference.
Lamar is just completely better in every other aspect than basically accuracy. That's the point. That's the point.
And the thing is, I hate the fact that I have to keep coming on here and defending Lamar and sounding like a Lamar. Listen, at the end of the day, I have to make sure that the rest of the fan base knows that. I should say the rest of the NFL fan base know that. Listen, some Dolphin fans, we still have sense. All right, we're not completely clueless now. We know football.
We love you, Alex. We love you. Your takes are horrible, but we love you.
Can I say one thing? No, Steven, don't worry. Alex was just up here trying to get you money. That's all that was. He was just up here trying to get you money.
That's what I'm going to blame
bro, yeah, I was going to say, Alex is the MVP, bro.
Let me say one thing to defend Alex, though. One thing I will say I agree with is that just because we got Lamar doesn't mean it's necessarily a Super Bowl. I think it gives us a better chance overall, but I don't think it's like, oh, we got Lamar, it's a surefire. We're we're contenders.
you're
we're
in the
gonna win the Super
conversation.
Bowl.
Yeah, but you could say that with every
You're in the
quarterback. I mean,
conversation.
the Chiefs have
Right.
Mahomes. They're not a sure thing to win the Super Bowl every year, but he
I
gives them
mean,
the best
No, but
chance
they're
to
but
get
that's
there.
that's a better.
The Bucks
shot
got
than
Brady. They had Brady last year. It wasn't a short thing for win, but again, it's a better chance. Your odds
Right.
are better.
Yeah, no, I
Nothing
agree
is
with that.
guaranteed in
100%.
life. Nothing in life is guaranteed, but again, it is a better chance. But for some reason, every time we talk about replacing Tua, are you saying we guaranteed? Okay, are you saying that we guaranteed with Tua that we're going to win the Super Bowl eventually? Are you guaranteed that? Because if you could guarantee that,
That's something I want to say,
Von
Joe, because Cash, I think it was Shake Money came up here earlier. You asked me to give a percentage on if Tua is going to succeed or not. Let's just the percentage of the Dolphins winning or making it to the Super Bowl with Tua, I'd say is 10 to 20% at max. And then if we had Lamar, I say that increases to 45 to 50%. You know what I'm saying? I just think Lamar gives us a much better chance of getting to the Super Bowl currently than Tua does. And I think most people, with their bias aside, would agree with that.
And I tell you right now, I'm not putting that track on the train, but I am building the train. All right, I'm not on the train, but the train is being built.
I got 3 people in the back. Should I just add 3 more people and make this a
you
bigger
can
panel?
drop. No, you can drop me off, Steven. I was just coming on to there for a quick second. I got some things to go handle. I got some things about my 401k I need to go handle anyway.
Stop investing in crypto. Crypto's in the back.
Exactly. That's what. Exactly. I mean, I put most of my 401k in crypto, and I got murdered. So I got to go.
Got murdered. Straight murdered, son.
Damn, BJ. Damn.
Listen, that was
He'll
a
be
joke,
at
guys.
Chick-fil-A.
Don't do it. All right. It was a joke. Don't do it, guys. All right. This is not a financial investment channel. What we say about financial investments, we are not professionals.
Crypto just for this.
Own risk.
Crypto.
We are not a
Anything
financial
to say,
investment
crypto,
channel.
before I let Von Joe go?
Be greedy when others are fearful. Be fearful when others are greedy. That's all I have to say.
Steve Von Joe?
All day.
He's trying to give me
Wait, crypto, real quick. Does my Ethereum have any chance at coming back?
Absolutely, because it's a great project.
Crypto is so biased, bro.
No, I'm dead serious.
I have
Vitalik
2
Buterin.
Ethereums. I'm down in the dumps right now. I don't even look at it anymore. I'm just gonna wait.
Let me ask you this question, Nikki. How old are you?
22.
Okay, you got time.
All right. Well, I don't. I'm 38.
I got 8 years. I got 8 years for Ethereum to hit 100,000.
I'm 38, crypto. I ain't got that time. All right.
Come on, Von Joe. You're gonna live to 98 years old, man. 38 is a puppy.
Just like I don't have time for these Dolphins. Listen, I need gratification.
Well, the clock's ticking on the damn Dolphins.
Right.
I'm getting nervous.
I need some instant gratification, man.
Hey, Nikki, I would have loved to have been 22.
I'm still listening.
I would love to be your age, Nick, and invested in Ethereum at the age of 22. I'll be like Vitalik Buterin right now.
Hey, Triple S. Any other thing before I bring on another person before I let you go, bro?
Nah, you good, man. Don't kill Alex too much.
I won't. That's my boy, Alex.
Yeah, no, we're good. Appreciate you having me on. And I'm gonna keep watching in the background.
All right, bro. Be good, man.
Yes, sir.
If we end up getting less people on, I got. Let me bring on Colors Half Cousins, brother, EM Baller, I believe. Just because I've seen EM Baller. Yep, it's EM Baller. And then let me bring on David.
Yeah.
What's up, David?
Yo.
All right.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on? The floor is y'all's. Rashad, I brought you up. I haven't even said hello to you yet.
Go ahead, Rashad. Go first.
I honestly didn't even recognize I was in here yet. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What up, Rashad?
Nothing much. I'm listening to the that might have been the first true TuAnon that I've heard on this show. I normally get that on what is that, Finside the NFL? That's why I don't watch it. You know, I claim to be a TuAnon, but that by Alex, I believe it was, by definition was the TuAnon all day, every day.
True TuAnon. True.
Yeah, what's something else? Alex is love.
He said we will win more games with Tua in this offense or
Yeah,
last year
that was a
than with
wild take.
He
Lamar
said
Jackson.
he
That's
said
amazing.
we would do one more game. One more game.
Wow. One more. I think he put it as one more to kind of curb it. He actually think it was 5 more games in
That's
his
probably
heart.
true. In his heart.
He probably was curbing it when he said one more game.
Wait until you hear my take.
Nikki, you got any questions for the panel?
No, not really.
No,
Not at all.
that was not the answer. You're supposed to be like, yes. Here's a question for the panel. Question for the
Yes, here's
panel.
a question for the panel. Question for the panel.
Don't-
Would the Dolphins be better with Lamar Jackson or with Tua?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead,
It
David.
might be better with Freddie Jackson.
All right. I believe Lamar Jackson will be better as a starting quarterback. Absolutely. But my take is this. I don't want him, not because he's not good. It's because he has a higher rate of injury, maybe injury, running the ball than Tua. Tua's a pocket passer. Although I don't want Tua there either. That's beside the point. But
So does Josh Allen. Josh Allen running the ball a lot too.
3 years.
He has a high chance of being injured.
But another thing is that Tua does not have the same respect as some of these other quarterbacks. Like Nikki, I think it was Nikki that said that name a quarterback that was average. I can name at least 3 or 4 quarterbacks. Flacco.
Is he cutting out?
Tua nine.
Manning.
David,
In the last 20 years.
Wait, did you say Peyton Manning was average?
Did you just say Flacco?
No, not Peyton. His brother.
Flacco's a great quarterback. He's not average. Flacco's not an average quarterback. He's a great quarterback.
David, you were breaking up. I need you
Eli
to
might be
repeat
in the
that
Hall of
last
Fame.
part. He will be. He's got 2 Super Bowls. David, repeat what you just said.
I said,
Blasphemy.
can you hear me now?
Breaking up.
Yep, I can hear you. I just want to make sure I heard you right.
I said Dilford. I said Flacco. Flacco was not a
That's
great
the only
quarterback.
one.
He was
Dilfer
average.
is the only one.
And
Flacco
New York
was definitely
Manning.
above average.
Manning was a
Flacco's
little bit
definitely
above average, but he was average. Most of the
No,
year
he
he was
wasn't.
average.
He was never
above-
average in
He had
his whole
great
career.
teams.
Above average is better than average.
David, I gotta call you
Exactly,
out. You said
Rashad.
you
Man.
played quarterback.
Thank you, Rashad.
Played quarterback. How can you say that? How can you say that Eli Manning is average, bro?
I didn't say Peyton. I didn't say Peyton. I said the one
Eli.
that in New
I
York.
said
Eli.
I
We're
said
talking about
Eli. Eli's got 2 Super Bowl rings, bro.
Eli was a
Because
Pro
he has 2
Bowler.
Super Bowls doesn't make him average.
Pro
He had a
Bowler.
lot to do with how many times he won during his career. Look at how many times
He
he
was the
won during
reason
his
why they
career.
won those games.
Look at how. So Super
He
Bowl
elevated
MVP is
his
good.
team above the fray to win.
Do you remember the pass to to David Tyree? Please tell me you remember that. I'm evading the pocket.
So
They
you're
wouldn't
talking
have won
about
that game without Eli Manning.
So okay. So you're talking about he's not average. He's a great. We'll take away Manning then.
At minimum, he's above average, and that's minimum.
I would say he's good. He's above. He's way above that.
Quarterback. He's a really
In his prime,
Based on all the quarterback tiers, elite, great, good, above average, and average. He's 3rd from the top on that scale.
I'm in shock right now. Look at his stats, bro. Look at his stats.
Based on the tiers of quarterback,
with 2 great teams.
1, 2, and 3. Eli's in the 3rd tier.
Do you understand that?
I'm in 2nd tier.
Do you understand he beat an undefeated Patriots team? Whew. They should drop the 50 ball.
Yeah, they had a lot. Yeah, exactly. They could have beat him twice that year, Rashad. You're right. They should have beaten him twice that year.
They could have beat him week
If it wasn't
17.
for the referees on the goal line that time stealing that game from them at the end of the game.
Level 2 noob.
They would have beaten them in the regular season that year.
Level 2 noob and Bob Young both donated $10 to get rid of David for 10 minutes. So we're gonna make that a total of 20 minutes. That's 20 minutes.
He knew he was wrong. That's why he kept yelling out Peyton Manning. That's what. I didn't say Peyton. No one said Peyton.
Right. He said he was assuming both brothers, Eli, is not average quarterbacks. They're well above average.
Not today, Alexander.
Not prime
Go for
Eli.
the betting. He should know
Prime
better
Eli
than
was
that.
a dog.
Got a question.
Oh my goodness.
And Steven, I'm not saying that because Eli won me $194 in that game and kept us as the only undefeated team. He balled out that year.
Did ball out. He did ball out. No doubt about that.
Can I hear me?
Yeah, what's up, Vince for Life?
Oh, what's going on, man? What's the subject today?
Bro, it's
Vince for life.
Right now we blasphemous.
The blasphemy hour, yeah.
we out David, my man David, out here trying to be like that Eli Manning was an average quarterback. What?
He's looking at his overall career.
Yeah, he must have his own little skill going.
That could be it.
Eli wasn't great, but he was Eli was he definitely wasn't average. He was above average.
What's the name of that kid in the Bible that slayed the giant?
David.
Yeah, that was Eli. And the Patriots was Goliath, and he slayed.
You're right, because even that David in the Bible is considered a great man.
Dr. Drip.
Amen.
Who's Dr. Drip?
Because he slayed the giant.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, is this EM Baller?
Yeah, I just I had to go out and then come back in because I got a question for y'all before I go. Okay, so question for the whole panel. When we play a game, are defensive coordinators going to be in their rooms and be like, okay, how do we stop Tyreek Hill? Like, our defense is going to try and
do that.
Try and plan to take out Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
So
are they? Yes, I think that's part of it.
Do you think they will, or do you think, oh, we don't have to worry about Tyreek Hill, we'll forget about him during our game planning? So what do y'all think? Do they worry about him, or do they not worry about him?
They better worry about him.
They still have to account for him.
They still got
They still have to account for him.
I believe at the week 1, the NFL might lose their mind. If we jump out on offense, how we all presume with all the weapons that we have, the NFL is going to be scared. And
so, Steven, you believe that too?
I believe that Tyreek Hill is going to break some hearts this year. I think he's going to lead the league in yak. He's going to lead the league in yards after catch.
Okay, that's what I was wondering because Keyshawn Jackson and Max Kellerman had the audacity to say, "Oh, teams don't have to worry about Tyreek Hill at all."
That's I don't understand
why they don't have to worry. But why would they say that?
Because of Tua.
Yes.
Well, all Keyshawn Jackson's got to do.
So they don't believe that Tua can throw a
meal.
5-yard pass. They don't believe Tua can throw a 5-yard pass. Is pretty much what I'm getting out of them because just give the ball to Tyreek Hill for 5 yards and he'll take care of the rest.
This is what I want.
Game plan over him.
That's what he said he wanted to do. He said he would rather go.
Did with Tyreek. Tyreek had 1,200 yards with Alex Smith. Like it doesn't matter who your quarterback is.
Tyreek said instead of the long ball, that he would rather. Yeah, he would rather have a quarterback. You know, him run a little 10-yard, a 10-yard out, and the ball be on the money. And he said, "I'll do the rest of the work."
Yeah, and Stephen A. said, "Stay off the weed."
I think that people it goes against the national perception of the Miami Dolphins. And if you play on the Dolphins, there's a national perception about you that you're not going to be either as good as you were somewhere else, or you're not going to be good at all. And that's what I truly
feel. That's what it is, Steven. Yeah, that's mainly what it is.
They're going to be worse, even though we overhauled the team.
And so it's easy to say, "Hey, sir, you just left a quarterback that is arguably the best quarterback in the NFL. You're going to play with a quarterback that is, to be determined, right? and you're playing with a first-time head coach, right? It's easy to say all these things about Tyreek Hill. But what is not, but what is undoubtedly true is that Tyreek Hill is a game changer. And not only is Tyreek Hill a game changer, he's also the best player. He's not the only player that the Dolphins got this offseason. They improved their entire roster from top to bottom. How can you say that they're going to be?
Yeah. And even though Skip Bayless is kind of a Tua hater, I will give Skip Bayless credit. Skip Bayless was there seeing Bob Hayes and all these super fast guys change the game. And even.
Ooh, got a lot of background noise from you, Solo Boys, though.
But every time he steps on the football field, he is the best player on the football field.
Oh, hands down. He is. There's no denying or arguing that. And if you are going to argue that, then you're just hating. Point blank.
Yeah.
Point blank. Rashad, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, Rashad. Everybody seems to be breaking up. You know who's not breaking up? Pete. What's up, Pete?
Oh, and this is awesome that I'm not breaking up. I'm so happy. But guess what? Guess what's not happy? When we wake up as Dolphin fans, Steven, and we're seeing the national media laugh at us. They're joking. We are the clowns of the AFC East. And this fan base thinks everything is all beautiful, sunshine. Everything is nice. We got Tyreek Hill. I hear you guys. Well, let me tell you. Hey, everybody here, put on your defensive coordinator hat on right now, and you're going to play the Dolphins. Okay. What are you going to do with Tyreek Hill? You're going to shut that guy down if he's only going to catch bubble screens and slants.
What you going to do with Waddle?
Well, nobody cares about Waddle. The face of the franchise is, oh, my God, this guy, nobody cares about Waddle right now is in his locker crying. That's it. The man is here.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Get you out for 10 minutes, Pete. I'm sorry, Pete. Come back in 10, Pete. You're not immune to this, Pete. I love you. Come back in 10. 11:32. You'll be back at 11:42. Ian Baldwin. He's like, gotta go.
Hey, what is he talking about, man?
Pete, put it in the chat.
I don't know what makes them think Waddle. Nobody's worrying about Waddle. Waddle got just as much speed as Tyreek Hill.
Hey, Crypto.
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle was doing backflips when they signed Tyreek, man.
Exactly.
He just became the best number 2. And then our tight end is going to go crazy.
It's like we got 2 number ones. It's like 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
But based on their skill and at the position, we got basically 2 number 1 wide receivers.
Hey, somebody can buy Pete's way back in. They just got to double it. Got to double it. That's all.
Please put him back in, y'all.
You got to buy him back in. And then Pete can come back home.
What's up, Crypto?
Solo Boy, what's up,
Hey, what's
Solo
up,
Boy?
man?
Hey. Oh, man, chilling.
Man, what's up, man? I've been trying to get on here. What's up, all
I know you guys. We can barely hear you, bro. We can barely hear you.
Man, I'm driving, man, so I don't want to try to too much yell and stuff. But the Dolphins gonna go as far as I feel like the quarterback takes, because we got a team, we got a good team, but it's not a playoff team. And I've been listening. Everybody ain't being realistic, and I be with that realistic stuff. Let's be realistic. Like with the whole division that got better, we ain't get left behind. But at the same time, we're not gonna make the playoffs.
So let me ask you a question. What makes you think we not a playoff team? I'm talking about like what position do we need to upgrade to be a playoff team?
Yeah.
All right. The reason why we not a playoff team is, like I said, the Dolphins gonna go as far as the quarterback taking. So our quarterback, like, he not good, he not bad, but he learning. So he got to go through that learning process, and he not up to par yet with these quarterbacks that we have in our division that are playoff quarterbacks. So we can name a bunch of them, and they're gonna make the playoffs. And right
Solo Boys, though, you my man, $100,000. But I promise you on everything, Tua is going to make like the team.
They're gonna make the playoffs this year.
So this is the thing with Tua. Like, he got to work on his reads. He got to work with his audibles. He got so much work to do, and this is the year for him to do it because we giving him all the weapons. We giving him everything that he needs. So right now, I feel like with the team is ready. Because if you plug in any quarterback that's a playoff quarterback in that position, we will go further than the playoffs. But with Tua, he's not ready yet. So we got to take time. It's a process. We can't try to speed it up because we know what type of guy, I hope they know what type of guy they drafted. And, you know, it's a lot of stuff that he missing and stuff. And, you know, I see everyone like, we be knocking him and everything because, you know, it's on us because where we thought he was supposed to be, he not there. So it's really our fault for hyping him up too much. But at the same time, like, he's not a bad quarterback. Hey, let me tell you something. He's the 5th overall pick because we picked him there. That's our fault. We picked him as a 5th overall pick. But
so you're saying he shouldn't have been number 5?
Solo boy, go out and come back in.
Hold on. Solo boy basically believed he shouldn't have been a number 5 pick.
I don't know.
Based on that statement. Because he said, who picked him? Well, all three of them collectively got in the war room and decided that, pulled the trigger.
Pete's Take said it's pure garbage on this channel. It's a Dolphins bash hate channel at this point. I'm just a hater now. Ha ha ha. First of all, I don't hate. Like, why? This is not that, Pete. Not that.
What's up, Batman?
What's up, Batman?
I want to see how long. What's going on, everybody? I'm trying to see how long it takes for me to get taken out of the show without saying much. Let's see how long it takes.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of frenemies up here. A lot of frenemies.
Listen, this is QB1, and he's our quarterback right now. That's all we need to worry about. That's all we need to worry about. That's it.
So I have a
Yes, he is, Batman. But these some ridiculous takes comparing him to Lamar and Josh and all of this at this point. He could be QB number 1 and not be better than some quarterbacks. It's all right.
Like, look, I'm not gonna sit here and spew some nonsense. We can all agree Patrick Mahomes is a top 3 quarterback. Period. We're not gonna sit here and argue whether you're a Tua lover, Tua hater, whatever you want. Mahomes is a top 3 quarterback. He's what I consider elite in the NFL. There aren't many elite quarterbacks in the NFL. Lamar Jackson is a top 10 quarterback. We're not going to sit here and deny and call him a running back, call him a tennis player, call him a tight end. I don't care.
I know.
he's a top 10 quarterback in this league. We're not going to sit here and argue. But my thing is, for us to argue about Lamar Jackson this year, that's where I'm saying to you, it's not going to happen. It's not my decision. It's not our decision. We can want that, but it ain't going to happen this year to the point where Alexander was saying. Now, could it happen next season? Who knows? If Tua, basically doo-doo's on the bed and he doesn't perform like we also expect him to perform, Tua won't be here next year as far as our quarterback. Now, we need to take things into account, right? Even if Tua won't be our quarterback in the 2023-2024 season, you got to eat up that dead cap, which is almost $8 million, I think, or $9 million next year. And then you're going to tell me you're going to bring in a Lamar Jackson for $40 million? I mean, am I crazy to think this, guys? Am I crazy to think that? That's $50 million right there on a quarterback position because you got to get rid of Tua.
But we all know, like, see why that doesn't.
No, he would be traded. At that point, he would be traded, so you want to worry about it.
As we can manipulate the
That's if anybody want him.
We all know the cap. We all know the cap is fake. Like, I don't know if you heard this the other day, Steven.
This extra Saints.
You know the Rams have they still have $9 million in cap.
Right. Really?
They do. They have $9 million.
Yeah, that's what I say, man. This salary cap is a joke, man.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Have you seen the photo of their highest players? Ramsey, Stafford, Coop, Darnold, and Cup.
And they still haven't signed
everybody's back. Everybody's under 100. I mean, over 100 million. Like that's wild.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. Have you guys seen that?
No.
They literally got like 5 max players on their team.
Yep.
But I think, Chris, but I think what it is, they go by the guaranteed money. So the big contract don't mean nothing because after the guarantee, you can cut them the next.
Right, and that's the point. That's how we would have to do our future max players. We put 20 max players on the team. You could do
You
that.
see what we did to Tyreek?
Bones funny.
Right, exactly. That's what we did with Tyreek.
This
We
all
can have a
yours.
max quarterback, a max receiver, a max D lineman, a max linebacker we want. It's just all a matter of Greer doing the necessary shuffling around to make it happen.
And we all know he can do it, right? We all know.
Yeah,
Most
so that's
definitely.
why I'm not
With
afraid of
Stephen Ross
our
in it
cap situation
as his wallet.
causing a problem.
The only thing that scares me, man, is our corners are getting old, and we don't have long with this
That's what we
defense.
need That's what we need these
We
picks
need
for.
to
That's why
win
we
in
need
the
Tua
next
to
2
develop.
years.
Yeah, that's why we need those picks. Yeah.
We need those
If Tua
picks to be able to be
develops,
replacement.
if Tua develops, I'm all in on corners. If he doesn't, I'm all in on trading for Kyler Murray. I don't anybody like.
Yeah, man, Kyler
I'm
Murray
here
great
for it.
ball. Hey, but what I don't understand is these folks out here. If you like Tua, if you don't like Tua, and you like the Dolphins, how can you not want him to succeed?
That's
That's crazy to me, man.
ridiculous.
Like I like the kid. You know what I'm saying? I want him to succeed, but I see he's not like somebody said up to par. He's like up to double bogey, but he might have shot a double bogey today. But
It's the following. It's the YouTube following. It's our fault.
I mean, look, the YouTube community gets such a, I don't want to say they get a bad rap, but they get like here's the thing. I feel like when you come on my channel, this is what it is, right? Number one, these are my opinions. And these are the opinions of other people's. And just because somebody says something doesn't mean I agree with that person, but it's because it happened on my channel that I automatically lumped into that, right? Which is BS. The other thing that I think is also very interesting too is I get called a flip flopper, which I am okay with that term. Like I don't have a problem with that term. But I also feel like if I have different information, I'm allowed to make a change of heart on how I feel about something. And I can go back to my original opinion on it when I get newer information on that. And here's the thing. Everything right now is optimism or pessimism. There's no in between because it's not September yet and they're not playing yet. And when they start playing, that's when I can be like, hey, look, the proof is in the pudding, y'all. We can see what this team is doing and what this team is not. But on June 14th, there's nothing else to really talk about other than what we perceive as going to be. So when somebody says, oh, man, I see, what did they just say in the chat here? Word of mouth. I'm calling it now. 1-4 start, 2 bench. The Jets game will be the final straw. God forbid that that's the case, right?
And to answer flip side fishing, says I haven't met anyone who wants Tua to fail. Pete is a prime example. Pete is a prime example.
I know
I don't know if he wants him to fail. I think Pete just believes he's going to fail. I don't know if he wants him to fail.
Oh, no,
I think he believes he's going to fail.
He wants him to fail, Crypto. He
The
does.
Deshaun Watson
To prove
lovers
us wrong.
wants him to
Prove
fail.
everybody
Pete,
wrong.
come back, Pete. Just so you know, you're out of timeout. And you know who else is out of timeout, fellas? David.
David.
What's up, David?
I'm such a troll, man. I'm such a troll. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just playing. Hey, Batman.
Yes, sir.
On Saturday, when everybody was talking, when I was talking about being left-handed,
right?
Everybody got on me. Everybody got on me, and first thing out of everybody's mouth was Tua. Me and my wife were sitting in back, cracking up because I told my wife, "Watch this. I'm going to talk about being a left-handed, and the first thing people are going to say is Tua." And I was talking about me growing up being left-handed and I didn't have the stuff. And everybody on the panel was talking, no, but Tua's a righty and he's a true right and left and all this kind of stuff. It was hilarious. My wife and I was cracking up. First thing out of everybody's mouth was Tua, and I wasn't even talking about Tua. Everybody else brought up Tua.
Yeah, but that's what everybody is saying, right? Like, and
no, but I wasn't even talking about Tua. I was talking about myself growing up.
If it's even perceived that way, that's what's going to get set. Like that's what's going to get.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem. It's like people gave Drew Brees time to develop. People gave Allen time to develop. Nobody wants to give no time.
let's get something straight. They didn't give Drew Brees time to develop.
Yeah, no, they did not.
San
They got rid of him quick.
Diego said, "We're done with you. You got
Yeah,
this
they did.
injury."
They pulled the trigger pretty
No, that's
quick
because
on
they
that.
drafted Rivers. They drafted Rivers.
Yeah,
No,
they
you got a
drafted
point there.
Rivers.
No,
He
but
got he got lucky to get
if
another
you
chance.
notice, Breeze
I said,
Breeze wasn't no slouch.
Hold on. That's why I said this.
he wasn't.
So earlier this morning, Nicky Smokes, who had to leave, he had to take care of something personally. He said that if Tua leaves, he'll just be a backup. I disagree with that. I think if Tua goes anywhere where there's a quarterback, like if he ends up getting traded to another place for whatever reason or signed, whatever, I truly believe if he is put in a good position, like Drew Brees was with New Orleans with Sean Payton, you know, like if he gets set with the right coach and in the right situation, Tua's going to ball out. I'm trying to tell you.
If Nicky Smokes is right, about Tua being a backup, we only have a backup on somebody else's team. That's terrible. We're in a bad situation if that's the case.
We're not in a bad situation.
If you think about it, man, we only a quarterback away, really.
We're
offensive lineman and a quarterback away, bro.
Tua is in that position that you are mentioning, Steven. He's in that position where a team. Look, we're not gonna go into that rabbit hole. He has a team that finally
let's
believes
go
in him.
that rabbit hole, cuz.
No.
He has a
Why
team that
would
finally
he
believes
only
in him.
be a backup on somebody else's team? That makes no sense.
There's only like three teams that he would start if he left our team right now today.
The Jets.
Okay, if it's 3 teams, that means he's not a backup on everybody's team. That means he's a trade
Don't
asset.
put us down in that rabbit hole. That's a deep rabbit hole.
That means he's at least an asset if he can at least start on 3 other teams.
He can start in Carolina. He can start on the Jets. He can start in Seattle. He can start. I can keep going. This is a top
Carolina, Seattle. I don't know about the Jets because the Jets got a new up and coming guy.
They got no quarterback over there. They got no quarterback. They don't know what they're gonna do at quarterback.
The Jets.
Yeah, they're not giving up on Wilson. Wilson had a good second half of the season. I don't know if they're giving up on him.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, MCJB.
Hi.
What's up?
I don't know if anybody's in South Florida right now, but Oakland Park Boulevard and 95 is a huge accident. 3 lanes are shut down.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow.
And plus, that man, they're building around him the correct way. The Jets are doing to Wilson what we didn't do to Tua. They're building a supporting cast around him.
There you go.
Not this year, but next year.
So they're not giving up on their quarterback.
Hey, the Jets had a hell of a draft on paper, just like we
Right,
did.
they're doing what we should have did for Tua. So I highly doubt if they're giving up Wilson quick. They're not done with him.
So if Tua does what Eli Manning did, do we count that as successful?
Yes, he got 2 Super Bowls.
Eli did. Yes, that would be. Yes, that would.
David,
9 out of 10 years of Eli's. Listen. 9 out of 10 years.
No, David.
9 out of 10 years of the last.
David, you listen, David.
That's 2
That's
Super
why I
Bowls.
put you on.
Who got $10?
Keep Eli Manning's name out your mother-loving mouth because you disrespected Eli.
I love Eli. No, I'm just playing with you all, man. Relax, calm down, man.
David, you gotta put some respect on Eli, man. That's the brother of the White Mamba himself. Come on, man.
Come on, bro. Like the man won 2 Super Bowls, and you over here talking.
No, he had some bad seasons, but he was above average. I'm just
Don't
messing
get
with
me
you.
wrong. He played for the Giants, but let's not disrespect the man either. Let's not disrespect the man.
Like what? Like
Eli, hey guys.
Wait a minute, Batman the Giants are good
Just to let you
franchise.
guys know, Eli Manning was my favorite player. So don't even say nothing. I was just messing with y'all.
I got a friend that he comes to all the Dolphin games. He's a Giants fan, and he comes in his Giants jerseys to the Dolphins game. And no matter who the Dolphins are playing, he brings his Eli Manning or his Odell Beckham.
Man, this is horrible over here. Damn.
Remember Jeremy?
That's a true fan. He go to everybody's game in his own jersey. That's pretty good.
And he fell asleep. He fell asleep when we played the Giants last year. He didn't even make it into the game.
That's because Eli wasn't there.
Yeah.
I need for all you people that's afraid of Tua Tagovailoa and not succeed. Y'all got to remember this team isn't built. We were told this team wasn't just about the quarterback. It's about every player in every position. I see Tyreek running the
Every
ball like
team's about
Debo
the
did.
quarterback, dog. Every team's about the. That's the reason there's only 32
It's
quarterbacks
not.
in this world.
Okay,
Rashad,
was
I
the
agree with you,
Seahawks?
but I'm scared about
Was the
that. I am
Seahawks?
scared about that.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of it too. Of course, I want the best quarterback I can get, but if I can get a team like the Legion of Boom, Seattle, with Marshawn Lynch, and when Russell was a rookie and they was doing all of that stuff, they won the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson was just not trying to lose the game, and they won the Super Bowl. When he tried to win the game, what happened? He could have just handed the ball off. What happened? Trying to win the game. Like, be smart. Do your job. Coaches, y'all coach how y'all supposed to. This should be easy. Well,
It's a lot of
we got
work,
the
man.
offensive
It's a lot
line.
of work.
Yeah. We gotta. Everybody has to do their job correctly, I should say.
And the thing about it is, we all
You
could
got
agree that
Marshawn Lynch back there. I mean,
exactly.
Exactly.
That's like
That's
saying
what I
don't
mean.
hand it
Everybody
off to
has to
one of
do
the
their
best running
job.
backs in history. I mean,
Hey, Steven, by the way, that video you played last time of Marshawn Lynch with the Pat McAfee.
Yes. Great.
Man, I had never seen that before, and I was cracking up when he played that
Marshawn
video.
being Marshawn, cuz. Like, I love it. It's my favorite video on the internet.
He just did another interview the other day with Kevin Hart, the one with the ice that they get in the ice.
cold as balls,
yeah,
man.
cold as- yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I'm matter of fact, what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna bring this gentleman on, and some of y'all love him, some of y'all like him. East 32 Dolphins tailgate, Mr. Cameron 954 is in the building.
Man,
What's up, fellas? And then there's Von Joe, who straight up hates me.
I know Von Joe's such a hater, bro.
Until he
What's
meets
up,
you,
Cameron?
we're gonna get Von Joe down here for a game. He's gonna meet you down here. He's gonna meet you.
No, man. I'm all Von Joe's fan, man. It's all good. How y'all doing today?
What's up, man? How are you? So you sound like you got some stuff on your heart, man. What do you want to chop it up about? What do you want to say?
I've just been, wading around in the waters like a gator, just ready to chop at some of these TuAnon's butts here, man. Talking this smack, especially this Watson junk, man. That boy's not going to play all year.
He's not going to play all year at all. I agree. I agree with that.
He'll be getting massages all year long just watching the NFL Network.
Unlimited.
Get another one.
Good for him.
Now, let me ask you a question, Cameron. Do you think getting a? Do you think? Oh, by the way, somebody wants to say hello to you real quick. Von Joe himself. What's up? Von Joe, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Listen, I just came back on here because I saw Cameron, and I was like, let me come back on the panel just for Cameron.
He had to
Not
take his miracle
for
year
you,
out.
Steven. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes,
We
sir.
can hear you.
Yeah, so I just came back on here because I saw Cameron 954, and I haven't seen him in a while. So, not really for you, Steven. I don't really care about you still being here. I see you all the time. But Cameron 954, he's a special guest.
That's right, Von Joe, man. How you doing, brother?
He is a special guest.
Let me see if I can get my butt working. Hold on.
I was making some things happen up in Chicago. Had lunch with our sponsor last week, the other day.
Oh,
okay.
With Nick from Tail Greeter.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Y'all were talking. So time out.
We're
Mr. Cameron
collaborating.
954 and Nick, and then I don't even know. I don't know nothing about it. I feel out of the loop.
That's how advisors work, bro.
I feel out of the loop. I feel out of the loop.
You just keep doing your thing.
And we just
We're good.
advise.
Hey, Steven, I checked your phone. I sent you something. See if you could upload that. See what the fans think. That would be nice for the Miami Dolphins. Look, mock.
A little mock. All right, I'll load it up while you guys chop it up.
Some jersey
Level,
mocks.
level 2, I am not going to time out. Believe me. We're all good.
Oh, level 2. Level 2. Dude, don't worry about it. You're not opposed to. You could get that smoke too. The $10 timeout supply. No, David.
I thank you for telling me, David, because I was gonna go to Oakland Park to have a beer today. So thank you. I'm gonna stay in Miami.
Yeah,
I mean, you'll be
He
heading
said there was a
north.
car
that
crash.
man.
Bro, I've been in this
You'll be heading
traffic
north,
for
so you should
I've
be
been here
fine.
for an hour. Hey, show the traffic again. Show the traffic again.
That looks bumper to bumper, man.
Guys, I
David,
mean, who got
David, get out of his car, go where he needs to go, and come back.
was that? Who has Duck Dynasty going on in the background? What was that?
That was Cameron.
That was my text.
I
I've
thought
been
David
here for
opened
an
the window
hour
for a second.
almost.
Oh man.
So hey, what I was gonna say, listen,
What
the
was that?
good thing,
What was that, Batman?
I thought you opened the window. I thought that was a duck or something when you opened the window. I swear, I thought it was. I was like, oh man.
yeah, he got the suicide doors, man. You know that. Hey, the first 4 games are brutal,
With a
right?
company vehicle.
Yeah, the first
So
4
you
games
know what
are
I
definitely
mean?
brutal.
Yeah. So even if he's getting better, learning the system through the first 4 games, and say we do come out 2-2, you know, that's a success, really.
Yeah.
But it would be better than, what I'm saying is, it would be better than having 4 easy games or like lower tier teams and losing
Listen, y'all
to
need
them
to
while
see.
he's
Hold
learning the
on.
system
Hold
than
on.
top tier teams. You get what
Since
I'm
then,
saying?
I do.
No. You guys got to put this 2-2 in perspective.
I got him at
Because
2-2, first 4 games.
no, but who are we losing to? It's just not as just hey, it's
We're winning
2-2, we're all good.
we're winning the Patriots game. We're losing the Ravens game. We're winning the Bills game, and we're losing our 4th game. Right now, top of my head, I forgot who it was.
Bengals.
The Bengals at Thursday Night Football. That's my
Because
2-2.
if we lose to AFC East teams, let's say if we lose 2 games to AFC teams and beat the AFC North. Listen, that's horrible for us.
If we go 2-2, we're safe. If we go 3-1, shut me up.
No.
We go
You gotta go
4-0.
2-2. Listen,
You
no,
ain't
it's
gonna be
not
able to say
2-2.
nothing.
You're
No,
safe.
but Vonjo has a point.
man.
Vonjo has a point.
No,
Vonjo has a
it's
point,
not
though.
2-2. You're safe. It's not that because again,
We need
those
to
are
beat the
2
Patriots
AFC
and the
East
Bills.
teams.
We need to beat those
Because
2 teams.
if you go 0-2 against AFC East, your season is pretty much kaput.
Well, that's what he said. We're going to beat the Bills and the Patriots, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So let's put this 2-2 against in context.
We're going 4-0, man. What's wrong with
So
y'all?
that's still 2-2, Bonjo. I mean, I don't know if you went to math
No,
class,
but you got to no 2-2. For example, no. I did go to math class, but I was thinking
What
of this in the
Vonjo's trying to
NFL.
say, what Vonjo's trying to say is if we win the
Two-
Ravens
No, I
game,
know. I just had to put some heat on him because I like my boy Cameron. So don't come at my boy Cameron.
Ain't no heat here. I speak facts.
No, you ain't speaking fast because you talking about 2-2. Ain't 2-2, but 2-2 is
Exactly.
2-2.
No, not
Hey,
2-2. Not all 2-2
Vonjo.
weigh the same.
Vonjo. So hypothetically, and of course, this is all hypothetical. We beat the Bills and the Jets. Those are 2 AFC East opponents. We lose to the Ravens and Bengals. The next 3 games, the Vikings, Steelers, and Lions. I'm sorry, the Jets, Vikings, and Steelers. We're winning.
that's all 4 wins in a row. That's 4 wins in a row for me right there.
And that's 5-2. Going into a game in Detroit, which you got to like our chances.
No,
And
we're
then,
good after that.
and
But
then the
Cameron,
Bears after that.
Cameron,
So
what I was
listen.
saying is if we go 2-2, where we lose to Buffalo and we lose to
Patriots,
New England, that's a complete different landscape than 2-2 beating them.
Listen,
you can lose those 2-2, and we're at the bottom of the AFC East.
And I'll agree with you wholeheartedly on that because of this reason. Those games against the Patriots and the Bills are at home, and we cannot lose to those teams at home.
Exactly.
No.
Because right off the bat, our destiny is no longer in our hands. Because now we got to hope that they lose and they have a worse record than us at the end of the season. Because we no longer have our
But
destiny no longer in our
Bonjo,
hands.
We got
we were 1-7, still had a chance to go to the playoffs last year. So the first 4 games, I get it, but
no, that 1-7 is not. We were 1-7, but the thing is, we also swept the Jets and we swept the Patriots. That was our 1-7.
and we got very lucky to win that first game. I don't care what anybody say.
And again, our destiny was in our hands, and we fumbled it. But if we lose those games and we're behind in the AFC East, we no longer have our destiny in our hands from the beginning of the season. At that point, we got to hope and pray that the teams on top of the AFC East lose and have a worse record than us.
Batman, hey, what do y'all think about this though? I think, and I hate to say it because it sounds crazy, but the most important game of the year is game 1.
Yep.
Hey, worse.
And after that,
crypto like that.
That's what crypto says. That's a dub.
That's
sets
what
a tone
Crypto
for the
says. Crypto
season. That
says
sets a
Crypto
tone.
says we cannot lose game one. That's a absolutely cannot lose. If you lose game one, throw away the whole season.
Listen, you can't lose at home.
That's
You
such
can't
a bad
lose at home
take.
against AFC East opponents.
Hey.
That's
period.
such a
No,
bad
but
take.
let me say why that's my take, Stephen. Is because first of all, it's the Patriots, right? Okay, it's at home, and then look at who we got next.
So time out. What you're telling
Another
me, Vince for
dub.
life, you're telling me that if we lose game one, that our season is
It's a
over.
regression.
That's what I'm hearing.
No,
from you.
but it's a
no.
week. It's a
I'm telling
regression.
you, if okay, say we got a 50% chance to go to the playoffs starting before game one starts. If we lose game one, it goes down to like 15% in my eyes.
No way.
Yes, the reason being because we're 0-1 to the Patriots, who we should beat. No matter, we should beat them in New England.
Vince for life, you my man, $100,000, but that's almost as bad of a take as David's Eli's take.
No, that's the
almost as bad
first
of a
time
take.
you disagree
That's
with me, bro.
almost that's almost as bad of a take as Alexander thinks that Tua's better than
I was
Lamar
trolling.
Jackson.
Stop it. I was trolling.
Wait. Alexander
Stop.
said that?
Alexander
He
said
said-
the question was asked to Alexander that if you had Lamar Jackson or Tua with this same exact team, who wins more? And he said Tua would win one more game than Lamar with this
Just
team.
one more game.
Just one.
We'd have a chance to win the Super Bowl with Lamar, dude.
I agree.
No, look at Batman. Batman don't even know what to say to that. And Batman at one point,
Batman's a true Tua-aneer.
How much Tua as it gets?
But you know,
I don't. I
You
disagree
should have
with
been
him
here this morning.
wholeheartedly, man. I disagree with him wholeheartedly.
See.
let's just say
See?
in the history,
Again. See,
in
Batman-
our small history,
I
of the
won't say Super Bowl though. I won't say Super Bowl.
Two
but
people
we'll have a better record.
Yeah.
We might have a better record, but I don't say Super Bowl.
You can't say Super. You in conversation.
Can't say Super
You can't
Bowl with
say-
anybody.
can't- Exactly, but you're
No.
in conversation.
Yeah, because imagine him being able to escape and people running downfield, Tyreek running downfield,
So I
Jalen
wanna say
Waddle running
Batman-
downfield.
So Batman is one of the Tua-aneers and Tua supporters, diehard. I'll say diehard Tua supporters can't do nothing wrong. That actually has sense. There's some
Hey,
of them that's out there
Pizza-
that's just out here. It
Pizza
just
Hut.
makes us look ridiculous.
Hey,
as-
breaking news: Pizza Hut is no longer the official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
Tell us we brought Papa John's back at least.
Little Caesars is, son.
Little Caesar. Ew.
My God.
Little
Ew.
Caesars, bro. They
What?
getting
You
that
capping,
money.
man.
At least
I
it's
don't
not
think it's the new
7-Eleven.
cheese.
They getting that money. Official pizza
Little-
sponsor of the NFL.
That's
Hey man,
terrible.
Don't
Hey,
$5
they did
high
have
readies,
they
man.
did have the Batman pizza a couple of months back. So they
the
did have the
NFL is
You
getting
would
cheap.
like Little Caesars, Batman.
It's better than
Listen,
7-Eleven.
I-
That's all I'm gonna say.
Listen, I ain't
Hey,
gonna
man,
hold
I
you.
ate Little Caesars last night.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you.
I
used
eat
to
Little
smash-
Caesars
in high school.
once
In
a
high
week,
school
but
now, I used
it's
to
not good.
smash that $5 that five hot and ready.
That $5 box.
Now it's
Mhm.
$6.
$5 hot
Now
ready.
it's $6. Prices have gone up.
Hey, inflation.
California says cardboard pizza.
All right, I'm never watching the
It's
NFL
definitely
again.
cardboard pizza.
Listen, I used to smash that cardboard pizza
That
back in
will
the
be
day. I
jacked
ain't gonna
up.
hold you.
I
Back
am
in,
never watching the NFL again if it's Little Caesars.
I'd
Little
say 1997, 1998. That was a staple of my diet.
Little Caesars
You've
pizza.
never heard anyone.
Little Caesars was a staple of my diet. That $5, man, it goes a long way.
I like the crazy bread more than I like the
I
pizza.
can make better pizza than Little Caesars.
$5 foot long.
Hey,
All right,
Crypto,
Irving-
get in.
Irving
Hey,
has-
Crypto, get in here and help me, man. They say it doesn't
I got
matter if
you.
we lose game one.
I got you, Flipside. It is officially over. The season is over. Pack it up. If we lose to the game to the Patriots in week one, it will be the death spiral game. I'm calling that the death spiral game. If we lose that game, everything will spiral instantly out of control into an
time out.
8-game losing streak.
Time out.
I'm
We're not
that
losing.
first game
I know
is
why,
a
though.
critical
I know
game.
why.
I know why though.
Just so you guys know, I love you guys. That is the most asinine take I have ever heard of.
I think what he's
It
trying to
is.
say,
It
Steven,
is.
what Crypto's trying to
It
say
is.
without,
Season is over.
without due respect, Crypto, I think what he's
It's
trying
a
to
death
say is if we
spiral.
let the Patriots come here week one and Devontae Parker
Worst
has
take
a
ever.
Pro Bowl day.
I'm gonna say,
and we got
you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
Exactly.
say this.
That's
Crypto.
it. That's it, Batman.
I said it was on level. Now I'm gonna say because you co-signed it, Crypto. It is the worst take ever.
Crypto was
Worst take
Worst
ever.
take.
Hold on, Crypto was the one that started the take a couple.
I the one started it. I called it the death spiral game.
So he double co-signed.
Trap game. That's a trap game.
It's
Not just that, Tua is going to go 17 touchdowns and 38 interceptions.
We lose game one, but win every other game.
Wow,
the
where are
season
the
is
people
over.
that were like, I'm gonna kick people out? Like,
Good
where are
point,
those
Rashad.
people?
Bon Joe.
Hello? Wait.
You saying we gonna win every other game?
No, Batman.
Okay, so then
hold on.
That's the worst take I ever heard.
Batman just made the scariest prediction ever, or the scariest scenario for the Dolphins. And this will be a media bonfire where everything is getting burnt down. If we lose game one, and on top of that, Devontae Parker has an outstanding game.
200 yards.
And Tyreek Hill struggles.
We're not gonna hear that. We're not gonna make it a
We're not going to hear the end of it, Bon Joe.
The only Donald smile happen on this
It's
show.
gonna be Brian Flores.
They gonna put Tyreek Hill
will be happening, Cam.
It only happened on these
Pro Bowl
airways.
receiver the whole time.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, Steven. I'm not saying that they will lose to the Patriots. I'm saying if we lose to the Patriots, that's when it happens.
Look, I'll say this: all y'all takes are garbage right now. Every last one.
Steven, let me ask you this: if Parker comes here, he drops 4 touchdowns on us, 200 yards. What's it gonna say about us with how we traded away Parker for a bag of Skittles?
Brian Flores sucks. That's what that's gonna say.
It's gonna say that Coach Belichick knows how to coach. That's all that's.
That's gonna say. It's gonna be the coach.
It's not gonna happen. What we've done for the last 25 years.
He turned.
Talking about
our other wide receivers that we gave them over the years.
So y'all think
Wes Welker.
You know what? I'll
Yeah,
call
but we
it now.
knew he became a Hall of Famer in New England.
Why is that so hard to
Y'all ready?
understand?
Yo, hold up, y'all. I'll call it now. Devontae Parker is going to have career numbers and a career year in New England. I'm going to
You forgot who was his quarterback. My Lord. Are you serious?
But
That's a terrible thing. He's got to stay on the field. That's worse.
That's a worse take.
Listen to me. But I will also say that's because there ain't nobody else in New England. There's no one else he has to throw it to, and it will be process of elimination.
But he won't be healthy.
They just drafted a wide receiver.
They're not gonna win. Yo, bro.
He won't be healthy to have that kind of season, though. He won't be healthy to have that kind of season, Steven.
Exactly.
That's fine.
And it's cold.
But I'll tell you what right now.
That cold's not good for them hamstrings, man.
Devontae Parker is trash for
garbage.
Is trash for a reason.
He's injury prone.
That's fine. But the only reason I'm saying that is because I'm trying to fight your take that you guys think that he's going to come in here and score 3 touchdowns, 150 plus yards.
And
There's no way that happens.
One.
And even if he does,
I never said that, Steven. That man said if it happens,
it will be because Belichick made that happen. That is it.
And Brian Flores sucks.
Hey, did y'all realize that? Or what's your take? What's y'all's take? What do y'all think?
No, Devontae Parker been sucking before Brian Flores even got here.
Or more Bill Belichick?
That's true.
That's simple,
one of
man.
the best seasons under Brian Flores. Actually, that's the funny thing. Devontae actually had one of the
right. It's only best season. It's one and only good season.
Tom Brady straight up left him and went and won a Super Bowl. He didn't need no chemistry, all that bullshit. He won a Super Bowl.
He did have a nasty team though for life. He did have a nasty team.
He had Wes Welker.
No, he's talking about the Tampa team. He went to Tampa. He still had a nasty team.
He had a loaded team in Tampa.
That was one of the best. That's the best roster I've probably
That was
seen
legit
in my
the best
life.
plug and play I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
Yeah, that was a perfect
receivers.
plug and play situation.
Hey, let me give you a plug and play. Put Tom Brady on this team and see if we don't go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a plug and play situation too. If Tom Brady came there.
Yeah, that's what
Is
I
the line
know.
good enough for Brady though? That's the question.
Yeah, you damn right, because he's gonna be
It's
calling
good enough
out
for him.
protection.
He gonna make it. He gonna
He's
make
the
it
This
good enough.
particular
OG.
line that's constructed, Batman, is good enough for him.
Because the line he has in Tampa right
Th-
now is
Don't
elite.
don't. Brady has
Elite.
had bad lines before. Don't get
He
it
has.
twisted.
He's had. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
deny
he
that.
has.
Brady's
He can
won with
survive
bad
one bad lineman. He
teams.
can't survive 4 bad linemen.
I was gonna say a
Yeah.
bad line for Brady will take a bad line team into the
To the
playoffs.
playoffs.
He
But you
will.
think
He would.
you'll
He
think he'll
would.
want to do that at
And
45?
he
That's
gonna
my
curse him
question.
out the whole way.
Not
My
at
question.
45, no.
Not at
Not
45,
45, no,
man.
but I'm just saying that he can. That's his.
I definitely
That's
don't want
a
no. I
bad
definitely don't
line
want no Jesse
team.
Davis protecting me on my right side if I'm Tom Brady. I'll put it that way.
Hey, but guess what? You got Austin Jackson now.
You know what? Jesse
Hey, there'll be
Tom
no
Brady would
there'll
bench
be
Jesse
there will
Davis.
be no Jesse Davis hate on my channel. None
Hey,
whatsoever.
Yes.
Can I say something
Now
about
watch.
Jesse
Y'all talking
Davis
about
real
Parker
quick?
going to put up big number. Jesse Davis, I'm predicting it right here on your show, will be the number 1 tackle in football next season.
I believe it. Hey, can I say something about Jesse Davis real quick?
Now we're just
I
going.
watched the
Now
episode.
we're just gonna say anything nowadays, huh?
I watched the
Hey, hold
episode.
up.
Y'all saying
Crystal,
Parker is going to blow up? Why
listen,
not? Why not join the mix?
Hey, Crystal, I know it's a
Hey,
bear market
Steven,
out there, but
can
hey,
you look
listen.
it up on the computer real quick? Somebody just got carted off at the Denver Broncos.
Oh,
The wide receiver. I just was
Carted
curious.
off. What do you mean? They ain't playing no football. In
Jerry
training camp?
Judy is suspended,
Yeah,
right?
he just got carted off.
Is that gonna be their second
Ooh.
receiver they lost?
Please don't
That'll be
be
the second one.
Javante. Don't be
What?
Number
Javante.
10.
Lord,
It's either
please.
no, it's number
No, he's
16.
Judy's number, yeah.
That's who it is, then.
Is that Carlos
Jared Judy's number
Sutton?
10 or yeah, he's number
What's
10.
his name?
He's got dreads. Number 16.
Oh, 16.
Number 16
Didn't they
has
get
dread.
Emmanuel Sanders? Didn't they pick up Emmanuel Sanders?
I don't know.
Emmanuel Sanders doesn't have dreads though, right?
It just popped up on my
Oh.
phone about 30 seconds ago.
On Twitter?
Yeah.
I don't see nothing going on Bleachers.
I don't see nothing on Twitter, man.
It's on new. It called the thing called Newsbreak.
Oh.
What's his
I didn't see
name?
nothing on the live feed.
I got you. Let me
Ian
see.
Rappaport says it's 7th rounder Tyreek Cleveland.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So,
7.
yeah.
I just thought it
Oh,
might have been
Getting us
somebody
here,
important.
Fist for life.
I'm
we was
Hey,
like,
you
oh,
mad
well,
at
we
me
got a
today,
chance.
Steven? God dang, I had to send you some flowers or something.
Yo, that was kind of messed up. That's still a guy that just got carted off. We like,
Yeah, no.
yeah,
Yeah, it's still a
I'm
person.
kind
Still
of
a human
upset that
being.
we just blew it to the side like that. Oh, it's just
It's a
so
human
wrong.
being.
Yeah, it was.
Never mind. Yeah.
Steven.
Like,
Hey,
okay, he's
Cameron,
not
real
important.
quick.
Wow. It's crazy.
Steven, do you have a record prediction yet, or are you waiting for that?
Steven's not doing record predictions because he's shook.
I'm not. What? What? Cuz?
We're going 11-6,
Better put some respect on my name, Von Joe. I ain't
13-4, or 11-6.
All right.
Steven, you could give a record prediction.
All right. So time out. I said that we are going to win 11, 12, or 13 games.
Nah, well, Steve, come on. Give me a better.
That's where I'm at. I'm in the same place.
I'm
in the same place.
Can I
between
finish?
11 and 6.
Can I finish, Batman? You asked the question. Can I finish?
I'm writing it down. That's why.
Okay. The reason I am not ready to give. Bonjo, I'm muting you in your laugh. The reason I am not ready to give a record prediction as of this moment is I want to see how they look in training camp. Now, in my heart of hearts, I believe if we were a 9-win team last year, I think Tyreek gives us an extra 2 wins off the bat, which is why I say minimum 11. Mm-hmm. Do I think that we can win more than that? I want to believe that. I think our offense is going to help us be there. And I think that we went from 20 points per game. I think we'll be at 27 points per game, which will put us in the top 15 in offensive points per game in the NFL, right? So I want to say that, yes, we are going to be significant, but I say 11, 12, or 13 because I don't quite know yet. But I promise you, I will give you a real record prediction after the first preseason game because I think I'll get a lot from that. I really do.
Okay. What about you, Cameron? Do you have a record prediction as of now?
12-5.
You better look at that schedule, fellas.
Yeah, that's fine.
Flip-flopper gives an answer of 11, 12, or 13. You know what, Luis? You right. I'm a flip-flopper. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Listen,
11, 12, or 13.
Let's
I
not
don't
forget,
run from it.
2 years in a
Exactly,
row.
Lewis.
2 years in a row, live on other panels. On other panels, 2 years ago was on TD Fins Talk. I came out and said we were going to have 10 wins, and we got 10 wins. This is before the
Karen
season.
from HR says, Stephen, after your failure to show yesterday, I took it upon myself to monitor your show this morning. I think there are some things we need to address, starting with the takes on this panel.
That's got to be Kristalakis.
Last year,
I don't know if it's Kristalakis, but it's great. I
On
think it's
Fins Fans
level
panel, I said we were going to have 9 wins, and I never changed from that because of our offensive line. This year, with everything we've done, and granted, we're not done in free agency. We're not done with cuts. We're not done with anything, right? Things could happen. Players could be added. You know, we understand it could change. At that point, I could change. But as of right now, and I'm at 11-6, and I've been 2 years in a row. I've been right on my record. I'm at 11-6 right now.
I say
at the least we get 11 wins.
12-5.
At the least we get 11.
At least 11.
Come on,
I'm
Vonjo.
saying
Look
12.
at the record. Look at the schedule, Vonjo. We getting 11.
I said 12-5.
Vonjo said 10.
Vonjo is saying 10.
That's blasphemy, Bonjo. You better tread lightly, Bonjo.
Pull the schedule up, Steven.
I got about 40.
No, we're not going to
Pull the schedule up, Steven.
Pull the schedule up,
Did you
bro.
upload the
Pull
jerseys?
it
Did
up.
you upload the
Yeah,
jerseys?
I did.
Check this out, guys. Check this out. Tell me what you guys think.
Okay.
Now, the
I
only
like
thing
I like the dark and orange jerseys.
The orange.
The only thing
I like the dark jerseys. I like the black jerseys.
The only
Dude,
thing I
those
would
black
change.
ones are fire, man.
Hold on.
That
The only
helmet is fire,
thing
too.
I would change are the black jerseys. Instead of orange, I would do hot pink, like those Vice colors. And I would I want the Dolphins to have a Vice color jersey.
You need the baby blue too.
Good point.
Yeah, I would
Those-
love
yeah.
for them to have a Vice color.
The Miami
jersey.
Vice color jersey, yeah, they need to.
Fire.
The Miami Heat went to it. I don't know why the Dolphins didn't go with it.
Check this
That
theory
black
out.
jersey could only be worn if we played that Thursday.
It's like once a year, yeah.
No, yeah, or the Sunday night
It has to
football.
be a
Think
night
about
game.
going against.
Yeah, it's got to be a night
intimidating-
game.
Think
It's
about it
got to be a night
intimidating-
game.
yeah, 'cause of
You
the
cannot
heat,
be winning in the afternoon.
But think about the all black jersey. I personally want the retro logo because you got the retro stripes on it. Put the retro logo with that black.
Yeah,
helmet.
I don't want the new logo. I need the old logo.
Man,
Yeah.
the old logo matches all the jerseys because of the pinstripes, right?
I want the
Give me the
black
give me the
jersey. I
throwback
want that to be the
orange.
Miami Vice jersey with the letters in the Miami Vice colors with the
Yeah,
number.
black one.
Let me show you. I
The
saw
black
would you
one in
put the
Miami
blue?
Vice colors will be perfect.
I saw
Where
somebody
would
with
you
it
put
at the
the
game.
blue though?
They had the Waddle. I know Cameron's seen it, and he's
No,
12.
blue
He's
will be. I'll
32.
have its own separate.
There's what's his name? I have him on Instagram. The Superman guy. He got the
Yeah.
Vice jerseys. He got the Waddle Vice jersey.
Finn
he
Hawk?
always- yeah, Finn Hawk. Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing his. We're redoing his jerseys right now over at Dirty Sports. Shout out Dirty Sports.
Nice.
With some Miami Vice.
Ooh,
like that.
wow, that
Hey,
looks
Cameron,
nice.
send me one of them.
Oh wow,
So clean.
that's nice.
Hey, Cameron, do
Yeah.
you have an extra shirt to give away?
I got a double extra large right here.
Hey,
All right,
that's
so,
that
so,
fit
so,
me.
all right, hold up, wait. This is what
I
we're
said,
gonna do.
Bon Joe is his sweatshirt.
Okay,
Oh, word?
yeah. So here
right
we'll
here.
Hold on, wait. Be quiet, Steven. What Cameron just said?
You needed a sweatshirt, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
It's right here.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's why you cannot be. Cameron, you the man. Okay, that's awesome. Okay.
Hey, Cameron, if you
want,
have
I wear an extra large too.
I'll tell you
Go
what.
ahead, Steven.
Anybody, I'll take the highest donation. Highest donation right now wins that blue shirt that Cameron just had. That East 32 Miami Vice colored shirt. Highest donation.
You only have one?
Till the end of the show.
Oh my God, that's nice.
So if you donate, you might not be the
That's
highest,
like
but
an extra
you
large.
you'll donate to the channel. So we'll see what's up. The highest donation we have today is
It's gonna have to shrink for me to fit in
I
it.
got a double
$10.
X in the back also.
Oh, you have a black one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I need. Oh man.
The double X.
All right, highest donation gets if he's got it available, we'll get the
It's
choice. of
small
it.
in the little one.
You're breaking up, Cameron.
I got a couple smalls in the library. And the rest are double X.
All right,
Nice.
highest donation wins.
And Cameron, where could you go to purchase if you want to purchase it?
At the tailgate.
Wait. At the tailgate. Yeah. You gotta come to the tailgate. Bonjo, Bonjo, what are you doing, Bonjo?
Hey, Bonjo, I could always buy one for you if you don't want to come to Miami, and I'll take it to you to Orlando, man. I'll take it to you.
Bonjo's coming to a game this year. He don't know.
Bonjo, listen, remember, I'm giving away my personal season tickets the whole season.
I definitely have to come. I definitely have to come to a game. I definitely have to pull up to a game this year for sure.
Hey, you plan it out, Bonjo? We got you.
You doing what, man?
Listen, I already said I'm pulling up to the 32 East 32. I'm pulling up. I already said that. Even if I don't get
you gonna park or you just gonna pull up?
I'm pulling up.
Is you done or is you finished?
That drive by.
He's gonna lower his window. I'm here, guys. I gotta go.
It's been good seeing y'all. Y'all have a good one. Bye.
Nah, for sure, man. You know, Fort
I paid
Lauderdale
$150 for this parking ticket, but bye.
That's home for me, so I'm definitely pulling up.
Let me ask you a question, since I haven't messaged you directly, Cameron. I'm having a hard time on Twitter. I'm having a hard time with the Miami Dolphins directly with them. I'm contacting all my reps and my connections. I'm willing to pay. What the money doesn't matter. I need an orange pass for the entire season.
Oh man, listen, you know, with all real talk, with all the F1 BS they put out there, man, it's the hottest ticket in town. I mean, it is so difficult to get. I can't even get another one. They gave me a blue pass.
Yeah, my homeboy makes fake ones.
Listen,
You got a cousin.
go up through gate 2 and $100 in hand might get you through the door, if you know what I'm saying.
I found the blue one. I found the blue one, but they want $1,000 for it.
What?
That's a lot.
For the whole season?
For the whole season.
Dude,
What is a orange pass?
Buy that, bro. That's
snap that up right now.
Okay,
What
so
is it?
$1,000.
It'll be gone.
Yo,
They're
if
gonna
you
be
go,
$200 a game.
I was about to say, if you go to 4 games and sell the other 4, you'll make your money back.
Yeah, that thing will be gone soon.
That's the thing. I'm going to all the games.
But it's worth it then.
Are there season pass? Are they season passes?
Yeah.
Is that what these are? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like what, $125 for a pass
something
per
like
game.
Something like that.
But
Yeah, dude, you
I'll
better
think
hop
about
on that.
I'm splitting with 3 people, so it's not like I'm buying it up.
But you know, but that's why I'm going with Cameron to every game this year. So I don't have to worry about it.
Me too. Cameron don't know it, but me too. Shoot.
You're gonna be strapped to the top of my truck.
That's all right.
That's all right. I'll be on the bottom.
What's extra this year?
All your radio garbage.
listen, I'm parachuting in, so
Hey, you just ride in with TD Finstock. You be straight.
Who? Who's that?
TD Finstock. He's got to come down to the game.
he's
Has
from
TD
Orlando
ever
area,
told
isn't
me?
he?
You
Has
just
TD
fly to
ever
Orlando or you can ride down with him.
I think TD is from my area. I need to hit him up.
Yeah.
No, TD's in Tampa. He's in Tampa.
Oh, is he?
Oh,
I
he's
thought
in
he was
Tampa
in
now?
Central Florida.
No, he's in
No,
the
that's
Lakeland area.
That's only an hour away from Orlando.
I was in
Yeah, it's in
Tampa.
between.
I was in Tampa, and he said he was like 10 minutes away from where I was.
Oh, okay. That's not.
Yeah,
that means 50 minutes away from me. So.
All right, show that shirt one more time, Cameron. I'll put you up on the big screen, so that way the highest donation gets it, and the highest donation we have today is $10.
Oh, come on.
Let's see who's gonna beat it.
I got 11.
But you got to donate.
I want to beat
and,
it.
And if somebody donates higher than you, then they got it.
And you said you have a black one too?
Yeah, I have a black one in XX.
All right, Steven, put up the donation thing.
Right, here's
That turquoise want to match my J's.
there's the Cash App or PayPal.
That's real nice.
Link
You got
in the chat.
turquoise Jordans.
Listen, Steven, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for work.
All right,
I came back on. I came back on just to chill with Cameron 954.
Hey, good to see
Where
you.
were you
Bob.
last Friday? Hold on. How come you wasn't here Friday? What happened?
I was in Chicago. I was having lunch with our sponsor on Friday.
With Tail Greeter.
Okay, just as long as you're not trying to, go over to the dub ass.
There you go, Cameron.
All right,
You
man. Take care,
you
guys.
was in
What's up?
you was in my kind of town, Cameron. You was in my
Gotta
kind
be
of town.
single donations, just so
I'm
you know.
from Chicago too, dude.
Everybody
Yep,
said pull
that's
all
my
the
kind of town. That's why I was born
That's
and
level
raised.
2. I think that's level 2.
Me too. I was born up. I was actually born in Gary and lived in Northwest Indiana and Chicago for a while.
Yep. Oh, that's cool. Yep. I was right in the inner city, near North Side.
I'll drink to that.
I'll be back up there July 4th.
Yep. Yep. You ever seen the you remember the show Good Times? That was the neighborhood I was born and raised in.
Man,
That neighborhood is where I was born and raised.
that's awesome, man. There's no better city than Chicago in the summer.
Yep.
I'd argue that, but I
Who are you going to say, Baltimore?
I would never in my life say that ever. No, ever. I was gonna say New Orleans
in the summer.
New
Have
Orleans
you ever been there in the summer?
No, I've been there in the winter. Actually,
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Let's see. Steve, you think he's slick?
I'm sending it now to your PayPal, Steven.
All right, we'll see. We'll see what your bid. We'll see what your donation is, and if anybody beats that donation.
But you got to tell us what it is.
Nah, you can't because everyone's just bid $1 more.
No, that's the point of this. Yes, I will.
I'll wait till right to the end of the show then.
No, send it now.
Oh man.
All right, we're gonna do final thoughts of the day here. David, we'll start with you first. Why people are donating to see
That it wasn't an accident on 95. It was actually a bunch of giant rocks fell out of a truck. So
That's probably an accident.
rocks all over the place. Might have been an accident. They might have moved everything, but Eli Manning is the worst quarterback ever. Have a nice day. Bye.
Can't believe you just said that, Trey. That's not a real donation, Trey. Too funny.
Man.
It is. It's fine.
Hey, by the way, if you guys want to go to Baltimore in week 2, I got tickets to the game and the tailgate. The link is in the chat. Buy it now. Pre-sale. Let's go. Come hang out with your boy. Are you coming to that, Cameron? Are you coming?
I don't know yet.
Okay. We hope you are. Okay, now, let's see here. Who's going next while we wait on the donations to come in? We'll go Rashad. Final thought of the day.
I really don't have one. Here's to a new week of crazy talk about Tua. Fins up.
Fins up, Rashad. Appreciate you coming
Yep.
in, brother.
Way to go, man. Way to go.
Yes, sir.
Fins for life. Final thought of the day.
Appreciate you having me up here, Steven. Batman, hope you get that shirt, dog. And I hope we win game 1. So me and Crypto ain't got to come on here and talk to y'all about that. And Fins for life. Everybody stay blessed. Keep your family number 1. And can't wait to see y'all next time.
See you later, man. Batman with the $20 donation. So Batman is leading. Batman is leading in the donation.
So did he bring Pete back on with that $20 donation?
Pete got banned?
Pete.
Yeah, he got put in either the timeout.
Pete's been
not for the day.
Come back, but he didn't come back. But that's fine. All right, we'll see if anybody beats Batman's $20 donation for the jersey today. All right, let's go to Crypto. Final thought of the day.
Good show, Steven. Interesting topics, but like always, this is the silly season. We're going to, just to put it out there, we will win game 1, but if we don't, heaven help us. If we don't,
heaven help us.
If we don't win game 1, because we know the talks are going to be coming going into the Baltimore week. You think y'all talked about Lamar Jackson? Oh boy, don't let us lose week 1 and then have to go into Baltimore. That's all I'm saying. But I don't think we will lose week 1. I think it's just we'll be able to maintain a split over them, so we should be good. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be all right. But Batman, reason why we're going to win Week 1, Batman, is because your boy. I said Derek Jeter. Your boy at center is going to be our center. He'll be starting. We're going to hand him a new contract. Michael Dieter. Yeah, Michael Dieter is going to be anchoring it down. Batman's favorite guy. So that's the only reason why we're winning the first game is because of Michael Dieter.
Good point.
Get out of here.
And I said if Michael Dieter did good this year, I'm buying a jersey. I'm buying his jersey, Michael Dieter's jersey, because I've talked so much garbage about this man, and I hate that I do.
Right now, Michael Dieter isn't even starting.
I know.
All right.
That's the thing, Cam. If he starts.
We're in
All
trouble.
right, be good, Crypto.
Yep. All right.
See you,
All right, I got two people in the back room. Andrevius,
my man, Gray,
and Tony Manzano.
Tony
Manzano.
What up, guys?
Hey, guys.
What's going on, fellas?
Where did you go? Where did he go?
Dre dipped.
What did Dre just come on to say a cuss word and then dipped out?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Probably.
Tony, what would you like your thing to be? Go ahead, Tony.
Honestly, for me, I'm being realistic. I understand the fan base has faith. I don't want to get my hopes up. Everything good looks on paper, but I don't want to get excited and then the team just lets me down like they have the past 30 years of my life. I don't want to be the negative Nancy in the chat, but let's be realistic. Let's have hope, but let's not take it to the extreme and think we're going to win the Super Bowl like most of this fan base is thinking. At best, we.
You just 86 him. Dravius did.
Stop talking, Tony. Don't come back. Can't, Tony. I'm sorry, bro.
Does Tony even know the rules?
He does. I told Tony the other day that Andrevius is willing to pay $10,000 to keep him off the channel.
And boom.
I don't know what they got against each other, man.
Hey,
I don't know what they got.
Steve set him up right there. Steve set him up.
I'm crying.
You set him up, Steve. I can see that all over your face.
I swear I didn't. True story. Andrevius came in the back room and Tony popped up at the same time. I lie to you not. I didn't set it up.
Something's fishy.
Andrevius, get back up here, bro. You got to get back up here and explain yourself.
That was funny.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. He said $10,000. He's willing to pay the $10,000 to keep him off the channel for good.
Andrevius says he came in here with the instant BS. Tony got kicked off before he got back on.
Man.
I'm good. Andrevius said he's good. Oh, my
good,
God.
love.
Oh, man. I'm crying. All right. Well, let's see here. Tony got kicked off at what time? 12:32. So if we're still on 9 minutes from now, I'll let you come back on.
Hey, quick question. Have you guys gotten around to seeing
He said, Andrevius said, no, I was willing to pay $1,000. Steven and El Capitan hated on my offer.
Have you guys gotten around to see Top Gun?
I have not yet. I have not.
I just saw it Sunday.
I saw Jurassic Park on Sunday.
Oh, I'm going to ask you both. How was Jurassic Park? Because I haven't seen that yet.
Jurassic Park was fire. I liked it a lot. It was great.
Okay.
It was great. As a matter of fact, I'll make a small announcement up here. I got a new job. I am a media and community director for a movie theater, a small movie theater chain here in my area. And I'm going to be starting a podcast YouTube channel with them about movies and TV shows and stuff like that.
That's interesting.
You kind of look like Roger Ebert.
Say what?
You kind of look like Roger Ebert.
Well, I'd like
you
to
know
get
who
Roger
that is?
Ebert and Roper. Yes, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Ebert and Roper. Come on now. I know who Ebert and Roper do. Chicago's finest.
Exactly.
Karen from HR. Steven, just a reminder, your actions as a host negatively reflect on us as management. The takes off the panel fall under those parameters.
That's Christolakis without a doubt.
Monitor wisely to avoid punitive measures. Thank you.
That is Christolakis without a doubt.
Anthony asked, why did you kick me off? All right, so I guess you don't know the rules, Tony. There's new rules on here that state that if you pay $10, you can kick somebody out for 10 minutes. If you pay $50 for the day, you kick somebody out for the day. If you pay $200, you kick somebody out for the week. And if you pay $1,000, you kick them out for 2 months. And
2 months?
Yep. And if somebody pays 10 grand, they're out for life. But you can buy your way back on at everything. If you get $10, if you pay $20, you get back on within the 10 minutes. But you can't put that person back in off a $10 timeout, which means that they're safe for the rest of the day from the 10-minute timeout. Okay? Or from that person from the 10-minute timeout. How about that? If somebody donates $50 to boot you off for the day, you can pay $100 to get back on, but you can't get re-kicked back out for $50. Okay? So you can buy your way in and be safe back in. So yeah.
And you can't make a fake account and come back in either. You can't do that either.
But I swear I would stop hating on him if he had just one original thought at opinion, just one. So Anthony, it has nothing to do against you, bro. I love you, but
did you see what he said?
No, I didn't. What did he say? He said, "I can't afford super chats. I'm living off Social Security." I ain't mad at you, Tony. I'm just saying. These are the rules. This is the way. The people have spoken.
Yeah, but Steven, congrats on the job. Definitely, I'll be tuning in because I'm a movie buff. I love movies. I watch TV shows and movies. That's what I love to do.
I'm excited.
I'm not doing Dolphins. That's what I love to do.
I'm excited about it. So I'll be doing like a bi-weekly podcast and some live events. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah, so. All right, final thought of the day. I got to hurry up and wrap up. I just realized I actually have to go. I'm glad you said that. I almost straight forgot about what I have to do at 1 o'clock. So, yeah, we need to hurry up and go because I got to drive like 10 minutes.
Much love, everybody. Appreciate you having me on. Cameron, everybody that was on here talking Fins. We love it. Shout out to your co-host. Never seen him before, but awesome. Something Smokes, Ricky Smokes.
Yeah, this Nicky Smokes, the Smoke
Nicky
Show.
Smoke
That's
Show.
my guy. Yep.
Go
check him out on YouTube. Yep. Go check
Okay.
him out on YouTube, the Smoke Show. That's my guy. Love him.
Appreciate it, guys.
Batman, good to see you, brother.
All right, guys.
Good,
Love
bro.
it.
All right, final thought of the day here, Mr. Cameron 9554. And it
You really
looks
got
like,
it
and by the way, just so you know, Batman has the highest donation at $20. So at the moment, unless somebody in the last 2 minutes here donates more, he's gonna win. Go ahead, Cameron.
Just shoot me his address. I'll get it to him. I'm gonna go off the board here, and you guys want some real entertainment, and no, I'm not choosing sides here. Go to Twitter and look how Tim Anderson is getting dragged. The shortstop of
the White Sox. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, it is.
It's kind of hilarious, man. This chick, Tim Anderson, cheated and procreated with a woman whose brain is full of Casamigos and crab legs.
Dude, it is like,
That's
go
the
look.
funniest shit
Like,
I've ever heard.
by the way, it's not what he said. It's what is on Twitter right now, and it is absolutely fire. Like, it's funny, bro. It's so funny.
It's too much. Hey, real quick, can you put up people.com?
People.com?
Put it on the screen. People.com, and then go to the TV tab.
Okay.
And it's talking about Fanboy Island Season 2.
No. Share your screen. Put your thing on and share your screen. You have access to share.
Yeah, all right. It's on my phone. Hold on. Here it is. And I'll just put it on here for you. FB. This is pretty. I gotta share with you something here. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. So some of you know, many of you don't. I got a niece that we've raised since she was 14. She's 29 now. She moved out a few years ago. But anyway, she's a model type, and she was just on. She filmed an HBO show, and it's called Fanboy Island. Let me know when it comes up there. Is it Sharon?
Yep.
There it is. All right. So Fanboy Island is a reality show. I get set somewhere down in Cancun, I think, or something like that. But anyway, the show host is Nikki Glazier.
Yep.
And Fanboy Island was a success in the first year. My niece got cast as one of the girls, the single ladies. And there she is.
Be prepared for the comments to come in. I'm just going to tell you that.
Oh, that's why we're getting off this show real quick. So Mary says, a Pilates junkie and enjoys cultivating the metaverse, making hearts melt with her voice, and is working and taking modeling bus straight.
Why does it say New York? Tell her she needs to represent Miami.
Well, she was born in New York. She was born in the Bronx. But anyway, that's my niece, and check her out on Fanboy Island, airing I think tonight on HBO.
Okay, go check out the fam for Cam. Shout out to you, my guy. Your family's doing big.
Right on, man. She's doing good things, man, with her life, man. Maybe I'll have her up on the show and she can tell you all about it. But
I'm down with that. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
or maybe my new podcast. Maybe my new podcast with the TV show about the movies and stuff and TV shows.
Actually, that would be probably more fitting, but I think the guys would like it better on here.
That's probably true. We'll have to. Well, they'll have to donate to the channel to get in. We'll make it a pay-per-view.
That'd be awesome. Anyway, final thoughts, man. I just want to jump on and say hi to you. I had been out of town for a while and working, and it's good to see everybody. And I can't remember who said it, but we are in the funny season, right? This is all conjecture on paper, BS, but you got to be encouraged as a Dolphin fan for what you're seeing and hearing. Especially, Tyreek is saying some things that he doesn't have to say, and it's pretty cool to hear him say those things.
Yeah.
If you don't get a chance, there's some video on Twitter of Tyreek getting burned in his summer camp by a wide receiver. I don't know if you saw that, but it's pretty funny. But anyway, all that being said, man, looking forward. I think we're under 90 days for kickoff, and I'm sure I'll see some of you out there at training camp when that hits in July and August.
I got to go. I love you. Be good. Angel, you won. I tried to spread kindness and positivity, but these people have broken me. They drive me crazy. Andrevius, I love you, Andrevius.
We love you, Dre.
Dre
is always welcome up here.
Yes. And Tony Manzano, you are always welcome up here. Now, if people choose to kick y'all out for 10 minutes at a time or for the day, the people have spoken. This is the way. I love you all. Miami Sports Music tomorrow's Wildin' Out Wednesday. Let's go. It's going to be fun tomorrow. Mortal Kombat. It is decided. All right, I love you all. We'll see you all tomorrow. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers. Right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Peace.